my SpongeBob outfit or whatever the fuck. Cute. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at us. What the fuck is wrong with us? Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Absolute Vodka Presents Live at the Landis. I am a moose, and this is my friend, Bert Kreischer. And we have a producer today who is a cheerleader.
That was a 10 out of 10
Lord.
intro there,
She's
right?
a dead cheerleader.
10 out of 10 intro from you. It's absolutely flawless.
It should have been like blood or something.
Flawless intro from you.
That would've been
Honestly,
cool.
I couldn't find any fake blood in the building. I don't know how
Damn
after
it.
Evil Dead last year.
How do we
but
not have
There's literally
couldn't.
still a vat of it down in the pit.
my eyes?
It might be a little sticky, but
Yeah,
Probably
so
would've-
today is Halloween, and
Nope.
she keeps cutting me off, but that's okay. Today is Halloween, and so in light of that, I am dressed like a moose. I'm very hot. My allergies are bothering me from the fur and the dust on this several-year-old costume, but we're gonna get through this, sweat and balls and all.
we're going to make it.
These wonderful popcorns.
Popcorns.
Pumpkins were actually carved by Bob, who is our photographer.
Shout out Bob
Yeah,
Watts.
Bob Watts is the man. He did this. Look at this. This one's got like rock and roll fingers over here. How cool is this? This is the guy. By the way, speaking of zombie cheerleaders, I just watched, I think it was Return of the Living Dead 4 or 5, and they had zombie cheerleaders in it. But this is the original Melting Man guy from the Return of the Living Dead movies. If you've never seen them, you need to watch them because the first one's great. The other 4 are okay. Well,
Oh.
the second one is basically the first one.
I didn't know there was an eyeball.
Again, yes. You didn't see that?
I'm blind.
Anyway, this week we have we are dedicating the show with the exception of the beginning of the show here. We are going to bring on we do have the Romeo Delight Van Halen tribute coming this weekend. They've been here several times, right? Their first time they ever came here, they did a Christmas. What do we call that, Case? Like a Van Halen Christmas?
a very Halen Christmas.
A very
Yes.
Van Halen Christmas or something like that. Yeah, which was really good. They did a great job. They're fantastic guys. Joby, who is their bass player, is a dear friend of ours. It makes me kind of almost tear up a little bit. So Joe Parent, who was our sound guy for many, for our first years here, he passed away. Well, God, has it been how long now? A little over a year and a half,
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years now.
Might
Well,
have even just been 2 years.
yeah, Joe brought us together. He also worked with Joe in
Mhm.
Joe's company, but Joe was our main guy here, and that's kind of how the whole Van Halen act. Even they were brought in by Kathy Wagner, our talent buyer, but we didn't know that Joe was their sound guy as well, not just our sound guy. And Joby actually worked for him, so it was kind of cool. We all became friends.
Yeah.
And it's sad the thing about it. Joe was a good guy.
That was Joe's
Joe's a
first
really good
show
guy.
here.
Was it really?
Yep.
Van Halen show?
Yeah, because he came in and told us that he was their sound guy.
And he did their set, their
And he
drum
did-
set.
Yes.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
drum set they played on was Joe's as well.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Joe. We miss
His
you, buddy.
first of many,
We miss you, buddy. You're a good man. Always were and always
and
will
yet
be.
still not enough.
Yeah. Hey, Brittany.
What's that supposed to mean? Oh shit! I told her that she can comment now. We would bring them up live.
No,
Now
do
she's
not let
gonna-
her comment. Oh my
Now
God,
she's
the
gonna
comments
comment
are gonna
live
be
all the
horrible.
time.
But anyway, so the rest of the show will be dedicated. CT's going to come on. He's not here today. He's out with the kids trick or treating. That's where everybody probably is. But he has his heroin benefit, which is, let me look again. It's Sunday, November 12th, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's the Rock for Recovery. We'll get more into that when we get to that after we deal with Joby and our show coming up. But we thought this was a good time to. We didn't have a lot going on this weekend to really give a little bit of love to this event because I think it needs a lot of love. It's one of those epidemics that's going on throughout our country. It hit really hard with CT, as he'll tell you later. And God bless him. We did just have a film here done by one of our good friends, Jason, who we showed his documentary. It was a heroin documentary not long ago to a small group of people, the CEO Club here in Vineland, which is another wonderful group of people. But it's just one of those things. It's never hit me, you know. I mean,
It's hit me personally.
I've had
Definitely has.
I've you know, I was in that world
Mhm.
of film, and heroin was never one of the things that was really prevalent in the film
Yeah.
world. I mean, there were drugs, don't get me wrong, it was lots, but it was never a big heroin thing.
Definitely more
You
in the
know.
music scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely
Absolutely.
more. I mean, there countless musicians of the past
Yeah.
always had that problem, and you
And
know,
it's-
it's not really much has changed, and it's only gotten worse. You know, with fentanyl and things like that, you think you're getting one thing, and you know, you end up getting another, and that's what kind of leads to a lot of these overdose deaths and things like that.
Which
You know,
you don't understand, because I mean, now
Mhm.
look, I'm not advocating drug dealers here or nothing,
Mhm.
but if these are your clients, why are you killing them?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But why fentanyl? I mean,
Yeah.
what's the point of it?
Yeah.
You know, what's the point of it? Unless, you know, the conspiracy theorists that are out there
Right.
that is not dressed like a moose would say that that's the government doing that. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I
but
mean,
hey, who knows?
It's if you know simple supply and demand economics, you
Yeah.
would think that you would
It-
want to keep
it-
them around as long as you
It makes
can.
sense, but
Yeah, no, it's a lot of that comes from, you know, even Coke and things like that. You think you're getting some of that, and you're
Yeah.
out partying on a
Ah.
Friday night, and
I couldn't imagine.
well, it had a tiny little rice-sized grain of fentanyl in it, and that's enough.
It's
You know,
just
it's crazy,
and I don't understand it. You know,
and it's showing up in things
yeah.
that aren't even drug related. You know, which is the craziest thing.
That's
So
even
there's definitely
scarier.
a little more to it. You know, it's not necessarily limited to just heroin.
Which has to make
You
you
know.
wonder, why is it here and where did it come from?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, welcome to the world we live in now.
Great start.
Great start to it.
Great
But is
start.
Joby on yet?
Joby is on. Yep, he's ready to go.
All right. Well, let's bring on our
And
good
do we have
dear
CT?
friend. CT, I think, is coming on after Joby.
Oh,
once
okay.
we get into the but we'll get into that again later. Again, if anyone out there has dealt with this, I know I do have friends who have lost their children from this. It's so heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. We want to make this an annual event. Again, we try here at the Landis to give back as much as we can with benefits and things of that nature. And I think this is one of those things that I think it needs to be a yearly thing. And we want it to grow and get better and hopefully help more and more people.
Absolutely.
But again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's just Van Halen it. If we can get the man himself up, because I got one question. Dude!
Gentlemen, good evening. How are you guys doing? Happy Halloween.
Oh, now I can hear it. Happy
Halloween.
Halloween, man. That costume is scary as fuck.
Yes, you should see. I'm not even going to go there, man.
How you doing,
Copy that,
brother?
CT.
I am doing well. I'm doing very good. The boys are very excited. We had a quick rehearsal over the weekend to
Nice.
polish a few things up. You know, because we are doing something special this weekend. We are doing 1984 from start to finish.
I remember when that album came out, man. I remember
Yeah.
I saw Van Halen back then, several times back then, prior to that. And then, of course, during that, it was a big MTV album, too, if
Yes,
you remember. Like, every song
came out-
was a video.
Yeah, it came out on Christmas, or I'm sorry, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, that's right.
Free, because
Yep.
everybody was like, "Oh, it's 1984." The book and everything was for like, no,
Yep.
this and this was
It's Van Halen.
yeah, this was the album that you know, unfortunately, was the nail in the coffin at the end of the tour.
Well, that's true. That's
now
true.
that
I never thought of it that
things
way.
have been released of what happened to, you know, a specific band member during that tour that I never knew about. And
Whoa. Let's real quick, if you know, give us that, because I don't know that.
because apparently what was released earlier this year that they had renegotiated Michael Anthony's contract.
Okay.
And he wasn't getting as much as he was. The 5 videos that had come out to explain a lot of things, that part of it was true. And you know, I know someone involved and he confirmed it. And he kept going, could have wrote, made a complete stink about it, but didn't, took the high road and stayed with the band and
Wow.
finished out the tour.
I did not know that.
Yeah, if you go back and watch those videos that were released earlier this year, some of it was correct. And then through someone that I know, a lot of it was complete and utter bullshit.
Really? Huh. That's
So-
funny because that's another thing I love about this podcast is you always learn something. Like I had no idea.
Mhm.
We learned some AC/DC stuff last week. You know,
Yeah.
I've been a Van Halen since I was a kid. You know, a fan. Never knew that.
Yeah, I never.
Wow.
At the age of 14, when this album came out for me, you would have told me later on in life that I would learn this album and get to be in the band that I'm in and do, we put on a show as best we can to, replicate the songs and the attitude and the swagger that Van Halen
Yeah.
Especially back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and performed. That's what it is, man. It and that's what I initially got into. The music struck that in me. It's like,
Are you doing the full album first set? Is that what the plan is?
that is the plan. We are going
Yes.
out
Yes.
swinging like hell.
All right.
Nice.
And doing, starting at 1984 and going all the way through.
Oh man, I can't.
Very
This
nice.
is going to be fun,
Yeah.
man. This is going to be fun.
All the hits and everything that we are known to play, and maybe a couple of left turns in there. Who knows? You got to keep
Yeah.
everybody a little suspenseful and keep them on their seats or standing up and saying, "Man, what are these guys going to play next?" And then we play the next song. They're like, "Oh man, that's great. We haven't heard this in a long time." And
I
we've
love
got a few fan favorites coming too. So
I love this concept of these again. We've said this a couple times on the show. I hate calling them tribute acts because I feel like when we bring them here, you're more of an experience. You're experiencing that concert live.
Yep.
When you guys do these albums, I think it's so cool. We had AC/DC. It was who just did an album? Ozzy. Ozzy just did.
Yes.
He did Bark
Yep.
at the Moon. Was it
Yep.
Bark?
No,
it was
Blizzard of Oz.
Blizzard of
Diary
Oz.
a Madman.
Yeah. Did
He
he?
did that the last
Time. Yeah.
Blizzard
yeah.
of Oz. This
Yeah,
time.
it was Blizzard of Oz this time. But
Okay.
being able to give everyone that album, like we had what was the Yes tribute? My brain I am dying in
Awaken.
this suit.
Awaken.
Awaken, who we love too, by the way. Sorry, Awaken. I'm literally sweating to death. I just need to blow my
You
nose.
look great, Ray.
Give a little.
It's
unzip.
horrible, man.
You
It's
gotta
horrible.
Do the old Burt
But
Kreischer. and unzip
they
a
were
little bit.
doing the 90215
Yes.
album,
Mhm.
which again was one of those albums that came out. That was that, in the 80s, every rock group made their 80s album. This was the Van Halen 80s album. You
Mhm.
had the Stones did Tattoo You.
Correct.
What was that horrible album that Aerosmith did? I forget, with the Ride the Lightning or some weird, not Ride the Lightning.
Done with Mirrors.
Done with Mirror.
Yes.
Oh, horrible album.
Yeah.
But this was Yes's. Hey, here's our 80s thing. And I love this
And they
album,
had
man.
new band members.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
And that's why I'm so excited for 1984. I remember the album came out. I remember it was New Year's Eve. Me and my friends were all excited. We sat there waiting and waiting and waiting. It was one of those things on MTV. It was this big to do. And now to have that album being played live by such an incredible act as Romeo Delight, you guys are straight up one of the best Van Halen tributes that's doing the David Lee Roth era that we know. We do have the Van Hagar guys that came in doing the Hagar guy, and they're amazing. And I'm telling you, I think we found two of the best, tribute acts doing Van Halen that you could possibly find. And we love you already. And regardless whether you're in the band or not, the band is just a great band.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's very tight. How long you guys been together?
Buddy started the band about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Our singer, Buddy Blanchard.
Buddy's the best.
I
We love
want-
Buddy.
I came in about a year. They were still looking for a bass player. My old, I was in and out of cover bands, and the one cover band I was in, our former drummer, Ronnie Jones, he was in. And when he heard that I was coming to audition, he goes, "You don't have to look for anybody else. Job is your man. He loves this as much as we do." So
Joby. Real
yeah,
quick, spell your
it was
name.
great to walk in and
I
and
need. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped you for a second because you got to give me one quick question. Spell your name.
Joby.
Joby.
Told ya.
We have for years because of Joe. We just mentioned Joe prior to you coming on because we
Yeah, I
still
know.
miss
That's
him
why
here.
it was Joe and I
Yeah,
was Joe B.
Yeah, no, he called you Joe V. We thought your name was Jovi. Jovi. He would go, Jovi's coming. That's fucking Jovi. And we
Yeah,
he
well,
does it better than I do.
That's because
Hey,
Joe was
fucking
his
Joey's coming down here.
problem. He never said his B's very well. They were all
Exactly.
B's.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
thought you were Jovi. And then I know it's sad, but it was at his funeral that I looked at Steve. I said, his name's Joby.
He
And
did.
we're like,
He literally
what?
did. Yep.
I'm like, what? It's not Jovi? Bless you, Joe. Again, rest in peace, man. God,
Yeah,
we miss that guy, man. We miss that guy.
I miss my old boss, man. It's been a little over 2 years, and I still have some times where I'm like, I go to pick up the phone and I'm like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have.
Yeah.
I never, his text messages and the last ones we ever had are still on my phone. I'll never
Same.
get rid of them. I'll never get rid of them.
Same.
I love the man. Love the man.
My phone
Yep.
too. I'm
Yeah.
schlub.
Yeah. Well, real quick. So Vinny from Sick Vicky just came on. He said, Buddy, 35 years ago, Buddy was the original singer for Sick Vicky.
Correct.
Yeah, that's amazing. Buddy's great. He's also one hell of a hairdresser. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons his hair looks so good.
Head, I have nothing to do with
He
that.
does a great job with you, man.
Yeah, he does. It's real quick, real easy. A little nip and tuck on the sides. He's done it in about 30 seconds.
But he does. He comes in and his hair is what do we say? The Werewolf of London. It's perfect.
Yeah.
His hair is perfect every time. Every time. And we do. We love him to death. He's a great guy. I wish we could have got him on. I know it is Halloween. It's tough for everybody. But we actually thought, being a Tuesday, most people were trick-or-treating on the weekend, so it would have been an easier day for us. So,
Yeah.
But it's great, and we're glad to have you. Again, your family here. We love you like a brother, and
it was great seeing you a few weeks ago.
yes,
absolutely.
With George, and earlier this year speaking of the guys from the Sammy Hagar, Van Hagar, which Ray, there's still an opportunity to do a Best of Both Worlds show.
Oh, I want to do that so bad.
Yeah.
I think that is probably one of the best ideas. I mean, Best of Both Worlds was such a great tune. It's the concert that you need to have. You know what I mean? And you have two of the best bands out there doing it. I think it's an easy sell. I really do. I think it's an easy sell. But speaking of George, we can't announce George yet for about another week, but he's coming back in October.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next year, baby.
Absolutely.
Final tour coming around. Final tour's coming around, baby. Yeah, so we've already kind of locked in a date. We will announce that as soon as I don't want to say it now until tickets go on sale. But yeah, we were just speaking literally today. I was back and forth.
Guest, a favorite guest of ours on to announce it.
No, yes, that's true. That's true. We will. It's going to be. I can't wait. George, you were here. You saw the show. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable, man. He's unbelievable. And it's just to see this for me, Dokken was my band too. I love Dokken. I was a rock and roll guy. You had Dokken, you had Van Halen. We grew up in a time where music was fucking amazing, man. Music, it was amazing, man. It really was. You were coming out of the 60s and 70s, and that 60s era rock was still playing through that disco sucks era, and then just found its way into the 80s so well that again, I don't even know who else you had. You had AC/DC came out with. I think that was Back in Black was their 80s album.
Black was 1980.
Back in Black came out after.
And it did give you a different feel of AC/DC, and I feel like that 80s era just solidified some of the best albums for some of you bands, man. And in 1984 to me is one of my favorite Van Halen albums. Van Halen 2 was my favorite album.
It absolutely is. I mean, between Van Halen 2, which we performed from start to finish.
That's my favorite album. Yeah.
And like I said, it's an honor and a privilege to, replicate what these guys did back in the day and be able to pull it off. It's been a lot of hard work. Even I'm in my office right now and you can see behind me, guitars are out, the keyboard's here. to go over vocals and make sure, we put on the best performance we can for you and the audience for Saturday night. And it's great for us to also to make people like, our generation to go back and go, oh man, that was great. It was just like how it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to see the younger audience, come in, and we played a show earlier this year up in New York, and it was great to see the younger audience, all the kids. Like I'm talking like anywhere from like 7, 8 years old on up to
That's what we get.
Mhm.
Yeah.
these kids knew every word.
That makes me so happy. And every time we see
Great.
kids here at
Mhm.
shows, you got to see it. We've been getting a lot of kids at shows, younger, not even just the again, little kids. We're getting them in the teens up into their,
Yeah.
like late teens.
Yeah.
And it's showing that they're maybe they're sick of Tay-Tay, and all the same stuff, but they're really rocking out to this music. We had a little kid, remember the kid that dresses up like Freddie Mercury?
Yeah. Mhm.
We get this kid, he comes to the 33 and the third, the Queen tribute we have, who were amazing.
Yes.
This kid comes in dressed like Freddie every time, and he lives his life in the aisle. And it is so refreshing to watch. You know what I mean? Freddie Mercury was another one. I mean, Queen was another band. Man, they came out with what was the Another One Bites the Dust album? That was their 80s album. Because that's when I
Isn't
saw
that
them.
Another One Bites the Dust?
No,
Yeah.
what was
I mean,
the
to
game?
go.
The Game, I think, was the name of that album. What was the name of that album, Case? Queen's album in 1980 there. But that was another band that came out with that 80s album, that Another One Bites the Dust. I mean, that's just
The Game.
the Game. Yeah, it
And
was
Flash
the Game.
Gordon.
Yeah. What's that?
And Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon was in the 80s? I thought that was the late
1980.
70s.
It says 1980. It could
No,
be a
Flash
re-
Gordon was in the 80s.
It was it?
So
Yeah.
it should be 1980 on the top.
June 1980.
Again, that was. Did you know? That's a trivia question. I always throw it out there just because people don't realize that Flash Gordon was Queen's #1 selling album of all time. A flop of a movie, but one of their #1 selling album of all time.
Mhm.
Look it up. I couldn't believe it.
They had
Yeah.
a resurgent 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Initially
Freddie
when it
Mercury,
came
man.
out. Second time was because of Wayne's World, and
Yeah.
third time was because of the movie and everything.
Well, Live Aid too. If you remember that Live Aid performance,
Yeah,
that
Live
brought
Aid
Queen
brought
right
them
back. Yeah, that brought them back. That Live Aid performance.
Yes,
That's crazy, man. What a world. Man.
probably hands down one of the best live performances. Period.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
and the way they
easily.
emulated it in that film was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was shot
mean-
dead on,
Yep.
move for move.
Yep.
Mhm.
They had to do it that way. There was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They had to do it that way.
No, what a
Yeah,
great
for
film
sure.
too, man. What a great film.
For
That's
sure.
the one I haven't watched in a while. I got to watch that one again.
Yeah,
But
I
look,
haven't
man,
seen it
I'm just glad. Real quick, do me a favor. Plug the rest of the band. All your band members. Let's get their names out there and what they play.
Of
You got
course,
Buddy.
Buddy Blanchard, who he and I have spent the past 15 years.
Sorry, Buddy.
Yeah, I know. Doing this, and he's basically our ringleader. We have our drummer Mike Natalini,
Mhm.
formerly of the Tramps, and
That's right.
he occasionally does his not reunion, but goes out with his original band Roughhouse. Or Tease.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot he was with
Yeah.
Rough House.
Yeah, they play a couple times a year now, and
That'd be fun to have them here.
Mhm.
unfortunately, our previous guitar player Kevin left in December, went to go do his original stuff.
Yes.
But actually, that was a blessing in disguise, because we searched through so many videos and found our new guitar player, Brad Capanjola. He's from North Jersey, another Jersey boy. He previously was out with the Rock of Ages tour for like 10 so years, came home and saw that we were looking for a guitar player. And not only did he come in and like wow us all, he blew the doors off of everybody else.
Can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait because we love Kevin. Kevin's a phenomenal guitarist.
Kevin's a
he-
phenomenal guitar
his
player.
original band played in the upstairs at Casey Ray's
Yes.
at one point too.
Yes,
Yeah,
they did.
which is they were fantastic too. So look, Kevin, we're gonna miss you, buddy, but I'm looking forward to seeing this new guy now. Not all right. Now he's got a good history too.
Brad came in for his audition and nailed it.
Really?
Went, did his homework. He had seen the videos of us before, learned the endings of the songs, went and like I said, he did his homework to a T. And when he came in for his audition, you know, we gave him like 4 or 5 songs. He came in learning like, I'd say almost 80% of what we did already.
Really?
And just nailed it. Like he was
Well,
already.
there's one thing that nails it for me, and Kevin did it perfect. That's Eruption, baby. So I hope he's doing. He's got to do Eruption. I mean, you have to.
We will be doing that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see see how good, because Kevin nails it, man. Kevin is phenomenal at it. He really was phenomenal.
Brad's tone is spot on.
Oh, I can't wait now. I cannot wait. Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited.
We are so looking forward to coming out on Saturday. We'll be there Saturday afternoon. We're going to run through a few things, and then we're going to tear the Playhouse down, man. I hope you guys are ready.
Oh, we're always ready for you, baby. No, we really do. We miss you, man. Like I said, to everyone out there, Joby's a part of the family here. He worked with Joe, with Joe's company, for many years. You always wear the shirt. I'm surprised you're not wearing it today.
Yeah.
When you come in,
I had to be a little scary.
Yeah, you wore something with your
What
own
was
face
scarier
on it.
than working for Joe?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, my God.
I go on for hours for that nightmare, please.
There's nobody I like to fight with more than Joe.
Yeah.
There really isn't. There really isn't. I miss him, man. I really do.
We have his sweatshirt hanging up in the banners now, or up in the rafters now.
Up in the rafters of the stage.
Like a retired jersey.
That kind of overlooks the stage now. So.
And if you go to front of house and look to if you're sitting at front of house and look to the left, he's still looking shoulder.
Pointing right at you.
Right there at you, baby. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we miss you. Well, Joby, it was good seeing you, brother. It's good seeing you, man.
Absolutely, man.
We look forward to seeing the band and seeing what Brad can do.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, look at that. There he is. Full costume, baby.
Handsome devil.
Oh, shit, look at us.
When's that from? Is that from last year, Case?
I believe these are from last year, and this one is a little older. This one's from, I think, maybe 2 or 3 shows ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Dude,
But
look at that. I love the
this
Jack
one's from
Daniels
last year.
bass, baby.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
It is
That is
fun.
a great picture, Joe.
Well,
Side stage. He always gives me weird looks. I was looking
behind
for pictures today. Every photo was like a funny face at me.
if you can see behind me in this little green case,
Oh, no, there you are. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
a little green case behind me with bits and pieces of a project.
What is that? Oh, no. Is it coming Saturday?
It is not coming Saturday.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
I don't think he would have called it a project then.
Well,
The
it's got a
other
project he's got to get done in 4 days.
Yeah, I know. The other parts, unfortunately, are not done
Oh, no.
yet.
Oh, now I got to see
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Go back to that. If you go back to that picture again, just so everybody knows that. See that guy back there with the blonde hair? That's not
Buddy.
David Lee Roth. That is Buddy. But look how David Lee he looks, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, he is straight up looks like David Lee Roth.
That's his
man.
hair. That's not
I
a wig.
know.
That's
That's
not a
his
wig.
hair.
That's his real hair.
How
man.
the hell does he keep his hair like that?
I have no idea. That's why he's a hairdresser.
Yeah, that's
Exactly,
true. Well,
yeah.
he's one of a kind, man. He is a great dude too, man. He's just a great guy all around.
Yeah.
Does he still do? Didn't he do the Eagles girls for years? Was he the hairdressers for the Eagles?
I think so.
Cheerleaders.
A couple of them, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, I thought he did a few of them or whatever, which is fantastic, man.
Mhm.
Good job, Buddy. We look forward to seeing you, and Joby, we love you, man. We can't wait
Thank
to have you
very
back.
much. On behalf of my drummer Mike Natalini, our new guitar player Brad Capanjola,
Brad.
Buddy. Oh, and our secret weapon Scott. Don't forget Scott.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Scott. You forgot about
keyboard
Scott.
player. Yes.
Scott, he forgot
We're
about you.
actually
We
one of the
didn't.
we're actually one of the only Van Halen tribute bands to actually have a live keyboard player.
And you need
Yeah.
that, man. You need that. We just had Appetite for Destruction open up for AC/DC, and they were fantastic. But we actually said afterward that maybe one of the things that we needed
Oh, shit.
was there's
Oh.
Buddy with his hair. Look
we
at
have
that,
a
baby.
real surprise.
Oh no! What the fuck is that? Wait a minute.
Holy
Somebody came to
shit.
visit and wants to say hello.
Oh my God.
Eddie's in the house.
Eddie's in the house. Oh no!
Ah. Holy hell!
Look at you,
I was
brother.
not expecting this.
That is a great costume. You should see this thing head to toe, man.
That was
it's right
without
there.
makeup.
Buddy made it.
He made it on. Holy hell.
Joe, you're amazing, brother.
You are the
amazing,
best.
brother. That is such a great costume. So Eddie.
I don't even know how the hell he got over here.
Eddie. You're the best, brother.
How did he get in?
So Joe is one of our he's usually in the comments all the time, but he is one. We met him. I forget what was the first show he ever called in for tickets, and I answered the phone, and I usually don't answer the phone for tickets. And this guy answers, and we're just bullshitting back and forth. He comes to every show. If there's any way or anything to do even close to Iron Maiden, he comes as Eddie, and it's amazing. It's an amazing show. It's an amazing show. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. He's a fantastic guy. But look,
I still don't know how he got in here.
I don't either.
There's codes on every door.
Casey just showed one hell of a picture of Buddy's hair, which was fantastic, man. I love this dude, man. I love him. I can't wait, dude. I'm excited. I love you guys, man. I love you guys.
Mike Natalini in the back.
Yep. Hey, Mike, and that's our old screen back there. We got a new 4K screen, baby.
Yeah, I know.
It's beautiful. Wait till you see your logo on this thing, man. It's just it's better than a banner could ever possibly be, man. It is amazing. Well, we can't wait to see you. We're going to really
play for you guys this weekend.
Yeah. We're going to plug the hell out of this show all week along your show. We're going to do a lot of advertising, and we want to sell some tickets, baby. All right? Take care, Joe.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, guys.
See you, brother.
Oh, man. What a great guy, man. What a great guy.
Absolutely.
Do we have CT on?
I don't have CT on yet. He just asked me to send it to him on Messenger so he can.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, again,
this is the only time I've ever texted him the link and not send it on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay. So once again, I got to look at my notes.
We do have Jimmy Mannix on. He is Tom Petty of Pure Petty.
No, yeah.
Well, real quick, let's just go real quick. Let's just say that was Romeo Delight. The Ultimate Van Halen Experience is here this Saturday. Doors open at 7. Shows at 8. I promise you, you are going to see one hell of a show, especially if they're doing 1984. Mm-hmm. Tickets are still on sale. TheLandisTheater.com. If you like Van Halen, even if you just like him a little bit, you're going to love them after you see these guys. I promise you. All right, we're going to move on to a couple other bands. It's again, this is part of the benefit for Sunday, November 12th. It's the Rock for Recovery benefit. I hate to say you're excited to have it here, but we're happy to have it here. We're happy to be able to give this type of event to people, especially those, again, like CT, who this has been a part of his life and something that's hit home with him. And a lot of other people, like I said, fortunately for me, it has not. It has for Steve. It has for a lot of people, including now this gentleman coming on is, again, with Pure Petty. Correct, Casey? And his name? Jimmy Mannix. Let's bring Jimmy on. Jimmy,
yo guys,
how you doing, brother? Can you see us?
All right, how you doing?
Surf City, baby.
How are you?
Happy Halloween. City.
Yes, I'm looking for some information here. I don't know. It's not. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Pure Petty. Jimmy, so this is your first. So this is your first time playing here at the Landis, correct?
That is correct. First time at the Landis. Not now, for lack of trying, but it's the first time.
Now, you and I have a now I don't know if it's you or somebody else in the band. Carrie is a good friend of mine from
Carrie Lynn McKay. Yes.
That's right. Yes, yeah. Her and I went to high school together.
Great lady. Yeah. In fact, I think she's involved. She was involved with the origins of Stop the Heroin.
Yes, I do believe, because as we know, it hit her hard, her hard too in her life. Yep. And Carrie, I love you with all my heart, and God bless you. And I was hoping she could make it out for this on the 12th, because I haven't seen her since the 80s in high school, and it would be nice just to say hello again, and to be able to give back to her as well, and you know with what she's gone through.
If she can make it, I'm sure she will.
Well, I sure hope she does. So tell us about Pure Petty. Now, I haven't seen you guys. I've heard a lot about you again from Carrie. You guys have been around for how long?
We started in 2019, and then COVID came along and kind of took the wheels out from under us for a while. But it just started. Actually, the germ of it started probably back in the late 70s when I was in cover bands, because people repeatedly would come up to me when we did Petty covers and say, "Wow, you look and you sound just like Tom Petty." And
Oh,
from
that's awesome.
back then all the way up until, this past weekend, people still come up and say that. And eventually the people that I was playing with back in late like 2017, 2018 were saying, we really need to start a Tom Petty tribute band because this just keeps happening.
Well,
And
I
that's
can't
kind of
wait
how
to
it
see you
started.
finally on our stage to see what you guys can do. I'm actually excited about it because I'm a big Tom Petty fan.
Yeah, so we love it. We love Tom Petty's music, and there's so much of it to pick from. It's you know,
Yeah, the
it's a
last
pleasure
couple times I saw him were at the well, I don't know what the hell they call it now, the Camden Waterfront Center there a few times.
Right, the bank place.
Freedom Mortgage.
And I
Freedom
think that was the tickets were on sale for another show there prior to his passing. I do believe is that he had a Philly show coming up or something like that right before he
I think
passed.
so. Or he just did one.
I don't know,
I don't remember what it was.
But I love Petty. I mean, the only reason to watch the movie The Postman is to see Tom Petty as Tom Petty. Have you ever seen that?
Mhm.
It's Tom Petty as Tom Petty, which is one of the greatest things you could ever watch, man. But I'm
What
excited
a cameo,
to see.
yeah.
So now I guess you're familiar with this with the benefit that we're doing. Now,
Yes.
Are you familiar with CT then? I guess as well, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good, because he's usually here with us. He's one of the three here. He's out with the kids today doing some trick or treating. So he'll be on a little bit later to talk about the benefit. But I'm excited to have you guys, man. Anything
We're
else you want
excited to be there.
You want to go ahead and plug your band members? Maybe even give us an idea of what you might be playing for the show.
Well, we haven't really come up with this exact set list yet because it's a short hour, and like I was saying, Tom Petty wrote so many great songs. It's really hard to pare it down to a 45-minute or hour set.
Now,
then you come onto that question of, are we going to do the hits or are we going to do some of the deeper cuts that we love? So we'll probably do a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but,
the hits
the band
usually
is comprised. It started out.
Yeah,
the history of the band was.
I apologize.
Like I told you.
That's
okay. People wanted, people kept telling me that I sounded like Tom Petty. So we started the band. It was basically an offshoot of the cover band we had, Skippy's Toy. And we finally put it together. We had Ray Bazuffi, also known as Zuff, on guitar and vocals and harmonica, ukulele, mandolin, all kinds of stuff. Kathy Matson on vocals as our Stevie Nicks. Joe Mannix as our drummer and also on vocals, my brother. Dr. Mike Meltzer on keyboards and vocals. And at the time, we had Pete Smith on guitar, the Eggman. I don't know if you remember him, but hey, there he is.
Hey, and, CT, welcome to the party, my friend.
He left the band, and we got.
Thank you, brothers. Good to be here.
Hey, CT. And we got Frank Sonsini.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you, my friend?
In his place.
There's a little bit of a lag, CT. So hold on, real quick. Who was the last member there? I didn't hear that.
That was Frank Sonsini. Became our new lead guitarist about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And we got Chuck Darrow on bass.
Oh, nice. Now, have any of these guys played in any other bands that have played here? We usually find that a lot. Like some of these guys are in another band that might have played the Landis at some point. I don't
think anybody in the band has played at the Landis before, no.
Well, we're looking forward to having you. Like I said, I love Carrie with all my heart. She's a wonderful human being, and she has plugged you guys forever. We already had a Tom Petty guy in the house before we ever knew about you guys. So, this is a chance to get you on the stage and see how it looks, because hey, every year's another year, right?
Yep, and we're excited about that, and we're excited about this thing because we've all lost somebody, to the scourge of opiates. And, it just keeps happening. And anything we can do to help, and at least if nothing else, just bring awareness to it, we're happy to help.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on, Jimmy. It was a pleasure meeting you. I can't wait to meet you in person again. Steve and I don't know if you met Steve yet. Steve is our right-hand man here at the Landis. He is our creative director, but he does all of our lighting. he pretty much does everything with the theater.
Mhm.
But I take care of the video. Steve does the lights. We have Bob on sound, and we look forward to a good show. This should be there's a lot of great bands. Again, I'm excited to see you because of Carrie. She's had so many good things to say about you. So I really want to see. I'm gonna put her to the test. But I think you're gonna come through, man. I'm excited.
We are too. We are too. Ray.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. We'll talk to you on the 12th.
Thank you, guys. Looking forward to it.
All right,
Take
my
care.
brother.
Great
Take care,
meeting you.
buddy. Take care. Bless his heart. CT, you are locked up already, man. All I can see is I don't even know what that is.
Let me see, because I have a background thrown up here.
Yeah,
am I coming through clear?
Yeah, but there's a piano behind you, so it's that we know that's not you. The hell are you wearing?
Man, you seen me in my Halloween suit. I think it was
is that
Zillion Dollar Baby Show.
Is that
Yes.
same one you were wearing? The what's his name? Mr. Pumpkin? What the hell's his name?
David S. Pumpkin.
David S. Pumpkin. Thank God you're here. I can't remember shit.
Yes.
I am just your brain. at
I
this
can't
point.
remember shit anymore, man.
I am Ray's brain.
I'm a fucking moose. I'm sweating.
Dude,
My
I
allergies are
gotta
killing
say,
me.
from watching you guys earlier, I think the 80s album, the Aerosmith album you were referring to, was Rockin' a Hard Place, which was
Rockin'
the
a
one
Hard
without
Place.
Joe Perry
That's
and
the album.
yeah.
Wasn't there a lightning strike song or something on that album?
Yes,
Or
there
was that
was
the
a
album
lightning strike. No, that was the same album. They had that song on that album.
Okay, then that's what I was thinking of.
That
But that's the album.
That album completely sucked because Joe Perry and Brad Whitford were not on that album.
That's right. That's right.
That
And
was when they kind of like split ways.
I forgot. See, that's why you need to be here. Because that's the things that we're missing, man. I remember the stuff, but I don't remember shit about it. Welcome to my brain right now. I am sweating to death.
I'm going to unzip.
I am
definitely.
definitely. I might have to take the hat off. Hold on. Oh Lord,
that might work out.
Woo!
Yeah,
I do have my Death Wish coffee hat on. Oh my
that's
God,
backwards.
Oh
yeah,
Lord,
there you go. Maybe a little.
Woo! Oh, Casey, bless your heart.
Turn it on nice
She's
and
putting
low.
her
There it
fan
is.
on over there. All right, now I'm just a hairy dude.
Oh yeah, good luck.
I saw you guys were visited by Eddie, which kicks ass.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe is the
I
best.
still don't know how he got in here.
Joe is the best. Somebody had to poke those numbers in to get him in.
Somebody did.
Somebody,
I
but
don't know who
it's
the hell
okay.
lets him go wherever
Yeah.
he wants.
That is a little dangerous. That is
It's
a little
extremely
dangerous.
dangerous.
Now we do have another band coming up in a few here, but we still got a little bit of time for them. That's the Psychedelic Elders, and that's Griff and Joe.
Yes.
I think we have coming on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now before
Yes.
they go
what's
on
great about Psychedelic Elders? Go ahead, Ray.
no, you go ahead because that's what I was just going to ask you if you could give us a little more insight on them.
So what's great with that band is they're a bunch of older folks. I want to say they're all probably mid 60s, but they remind you of kind of like Deep Purple-ish. They're keyboard driven. They sound really, really good. Their whole story, they created they created a storyline for themselves that they were on their way to Woodstock. They were abducted by aliens, and then they finally found their way back to Earth, and time has passed them by.
I think I'm going to
So that's
find
kinda
a
like their
lot in
origin
common with these
story.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited
No,
now.
they were great. They played upstairs as a featured artist on one of our open mics, and they were a really good time.
Oh,
Like a really tight band, really good dudes.
see, I get so busy. I'm in my office. Sometimes I don't get to come out, and I miss some of the. So now I finally get to see them.
That was when I had to take over for sound one night.
Now, is this all
And
original
I
music
got
of
to do
theirs?
Yes, it's all original. They got
I'm
a
excited.
kick-ass female bass player called Canton Patty. She's awesome. She unfortunately won't be here tonight, but phenomenal bass player. They just really are a good time, like Steve was saying.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know they were original music. What I was thinking, honestly, it was some type of like maybe a Grateful Dead tribute of some sort. But now I'm happy.
There is one around here that has kind of a similar name. But
Maybe
I don't
that's
remember
what I'm thinking.
The hell they're called.
Yeah, but I'm excited now because I love Steve and I are very big fans of jam bands, And he brought a couple in here like the red meat conspiracy.
Yeah, those guys are great.
What were the shrimp guys? They
baked
were
shrimp.
Baked
man.
shrimp. They were great.
Those kids.
Oh, dude, they're amazing, man.
They've got it, man. That's a band. Baked Shrimp. If you've never heard of them, go give them a listen.
So good.
If you're into jam bands, we've seen some pretty great guitar players here.
Yeah.
Just with the Landis and Casey Rays, and I'm gonna put that kid up there with almost all of them.
I agree with that.
For at some point in the night, there was about 20 minutes that he just went on one solo after another, after another, after another, and
That's
absolutely tore it the hell up. And I'm just sitting there doing lights for it upstairs, which I normally don't get to do. So it's kind of cool.
True.
I'm doing lights for it, and I'm like, man, wait a minute. He's still going. He's still going. Doing another. Wait, he's still going. Shit, what do I do here now?
Yeah, we
I didn't even know what to do.
We had them and the red meat guys here as the surf and turf.
The
tour.
surf and turf. Yeah,
it was great, dude. The poster was great. I just love these guys, man.
Hell yeah.
We got to somehow make that happen again at some point.
Yeah,
somehow we got to make that happen
absolutely.
again. But I'm excited about these guys. Let me know.
So
when
the
they're on,
elders,
Case.
they fit in really well with that environment. This past summer, if you guys have ever heard of the Merry Pranksters, they've been around since the 60s. They did the acid test with Grateful Dead way back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a different chapter for each state. And the elders just played for the Delaware State one this past summer. So they fit in really well with that jam band kind of thing.
Oh, that is awesome.
So
See,
yeah,
now
they're really
excited.
cool.
Love jam bands.
Dude, this is sounding like it's going to be just a good show all around.
Oh, absolutely.
And for a great cause.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm excited again about the Petty tribute. I've heard about them for a while from my dear friend. And now that I understand, I really thought these were the ones you're talking about. Whatever that band is that's going around doing Grateful Dead, I thought this was that band.
Yeah,
and I'm glad they're not. Not that I don't, care for the Grateful Dead, but I'm excited now because it's original music and it's something that I love. And I can't. Oh man, I'm excited now.
Yeah,
I gotta get these guys on, man. I want to know more about these guys.
The whole idea in building the set, the playlist for this event was two tributes, so that there was a little bit of original music thrown in there. Of course, Bree's coming up later on tonight, and they're all original as well. They kick ass.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal show all the way around.
I can and just so you know too, I have since the day one. There's certain artists to me that as I was a kid, I had a friend when I was a kid named Maurice Lassiter, and Maurice and I were just big, huge fans of Prince, and I've been just trying to find a Prince tribute, to bring in, and I just haven't found one, and I feel like these benefits and these shows, when we do these shows for people, it gives us an opportunity to see bands that we normally wouldn't see because we have a select few bands that we bring in all the time, but I've yet to find a Prince band. I watched a little bit of these guys. I like them. I want to see what they look like on the big stage because again, I'm a huge Prince fan, man. And I just haven't found that Prince band yet. And I'm looking forward to these guys, man. I'm excited about it.
Well, I will say that no one has pushed this show any harder than Jimmy or Johnny. I'm sorry, not Jimmy. Johnny Jupiter Long has pushed this show like ridiculous.
Oh, he's the Prince
He's
guy.
been doing stuff every day for it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jimmy, the first guy.
No, Johnny has really pushed this show and is really excited on getting on that stage.
Good.
So
I'm excited.
I'm expecting great things.
How are we looking on our two guests, Case?
They're ready for 8 o'clock, but I told them if they want to pop on 5 minutes early.
Yeah. I mean, if
do you want to?
I was
talk about the event a little bit.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about the event
the
first?
Actual charity, and
because I didn't realize what time it was. I was looking at the wrong thing.
You
So I actually thought it was 1 minute before.
Sponsors Absolute Vodka.
Absolute Vodka. Mm-hmm. Oh, and just by the way, just one more shout out to the Beast guys here. Thank you guys for being here for us for the October Rocktober at the Landis. Beast by Monster Beverages. This is their alcoholic, only 6% though, but I guess that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That is not
6% is more than a normal beer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but not
6% is more than a normal beer. A normal beer is usually 4.5 to 5. So Monster being 6 is a little bit more than a normal beer.
Well, then that's a good thing for them. All the other stuff we have here is like 11.
Yeah, we do have a lot of hot
We have a lot of very high alcohol
The
content.
Cutwaters are like 13.
Yeah,
sometimes.
they're 13,
Yeah.
man.
I think they might even have one that's
So
closer to
that's why I
20.
thought this was low.
Yeah.
It
You're
is good though.
spoiled.
Man.
No, look, man. Hey, if you guys haven't tried
It's
this and you're out
delicious.
there, give it a shot, man. Especially the green one. It literally tastes exactly like a
Yes.
Monster. It's amazing. I don't know how to emulate the flavor, but of course, it doesn't have any energy stuff. I guess that's against the laws and now. So, but let's give a
Yeah,
little
Four
Well,
Loko.
Four Loco kind of
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I always forget about Four Loko.
Yeah, how could you forget? How could you possibly
Ooh.
forget? Well, I guess if you drank enough of them, pretty easy. Pretty easy to forget.
All right, let's real quick. I'm going to go back on my page here because you know this stuff. I don't know a lot about it. But so Stop the Heroin is the main charities from Egg Harbor Township, correct?
yes.
And you
Yep.
want to give us a little
They
bit.
are Stop the Heroin.
You want to give us a little bit about a
So,
little bit of background?
So the main charity, Stop the Heroin. This is our fourth event for Rock for Recovery. Usually spelled FOR. This year being the number 4 in the middle there, because it's our fourth event. We've done different charities throughout the years throughout the 3 other installments that we've done. We wanted to reach somebody that was on the local scene that we could know personally, and this organization is out of Egg Harbor. It's a mom and dad that lost their son to a heroin overdose, and they decided to start the charity. They have group homes up and down north, south, central Jersey. So they are a really good group of people. We also have NJ Rise coming out, which will be handing out the Narcan kits. There's a little like 5-minute training just to show you how you do it, but they'll be handing out the kits at the event. And again, the woman who runs that also lost a child too. So a lot of these people have lost people that are very close to them. I got involved with doing Rock for Recovery. It was actually Rock and Roll Union's very first inaugural event that we ever did anywhere. Steve Desco and his wife, Christy, actually helped create the first one. And it was because I lost two brothers, my two older brothers, consecutive years died from heroin overdose. So December 3rd, 2016, my one brother passed away, and a whole year goes around. We're mourning the anniversary of his death. 2 days later, December 5th, 2017, my other brother passed away.
Wow.
So they found my one brother on the back of a Greyhound bus. Didn't know it till they pulled into the terminal. It was just kind of like he had burned every bridge in the family. And then my first brother had gone through rehab, had set everything up, but the program he was in unfortunately set him up in Northeast Philly with an apartment that wasn't too long until the dealers came knocking. So they knew where he was. They set him up in his old haunt, and it's true. You want to go somewhere away from where you're used to doing your stuff. So if you plan on recovering. So that was my story, and then I met a lot of people along the way, and it was amazing to me doing the music thing that I do, how it's that demon that circles the whole music community. And I mean, there's a lot of people that it touches, but for some reason it's been surrounding the music community forever.
Yeah, Steve and I were talking about that earlier because I spent a lot of my years in the film television community, and heroin wasn't a big thing in that community. It was with a couple of these off the cuff guys, but it is huge in the music scene. Now, were your brothers involved in music in any way? Were they, or I mean, what
It's
would
funny.
you think it was that got them to that point where the heroin became part of their lives?
Well, my one brother, the second one that passed, he had problems all through his life. So we knew something was going to happen. He was actually the guy that was real instrumental in me getting into music. I'm a big Deadhead. And I went to my first Dead show with him when I was 18. And I didn't know at that time that he was involved in the things that he was involved in. But it circled that community like crazy. A lot of Deadheads fall from this, and people in that circle. But my other brother, and they were my half brothers. Addiction ran on their father's side, so we had the same mother, but not the same father.
Yeah.
And addiction, I strongly believe runs in the genes, man. I think if
I
you
agree with
have
that.
family that's around it,
I agree with
like
that.
it's going to be that way. And I think that had a lot to do with it. Their father died from overdosing as well, so
wow.
I think that had a big play in it. So
CT, all I can tell you is I'm not only glad that be able to have the abilities that I've been given in life to be in a position to have a facility like this to give back to people like you and others that have gone through this. And I literally had tears in my eyes. CT, your family here now. We love you. We miss you here today already. I told you that earlier today.
yeah,
But
I
man,
love you guys too.
Like I love my brothers, man. I also have half brothers. And my brother Roger and Johnny, and my brother Bob, who's my full brother. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I lost a sister. My sister Mary passed away back in the early 2000s, and that was heart wrenching for me because we were very close. She spent her whole life in a wheelchair. She was born with spina bifida, and we lost her in a bad way too. But it was it was nothing to do with drugs or alcohol or anything like that. But I understand what it's like to lose a sibling, and losing someone you're close with is just it's a devastating thing. And I remember especially my father and my mother going through losing a child. Is like I have two children. I know you have children. Steve has just become a father. I couldn't imagine losing one of my children. They should never go before you go. It shouldn't be that way. And
the
it's
crazy
crushing.
thing is my other brother passed away not too long after, but it had nothing to do with drugs. It had a lot to do with he had heart issues, he had diabetic issues.
You had three
so I
brothers that
ended
have
up
passed
losing.
away?
I saw three brothers pass away in 5 years.
Wow.
So,
CT, man, I didn't know this, man. I am so sorry.
Everybody always like I try not to say a whole lot about it because the person, and you hit it right on the head, Ray, was I can't imagine it being my mother. And my mother's had a tough time coming out of it. And I can't imagine being the parent. I mean, I know how it hurts as a sibling, but I can't imagine as a parent.
My mother, when she was told, we literally, my sister was in the ICU, and my mother was in 2 beds over from her. She had a stroke, and my mother was never the same person again after that. May she rest in peace as well. She passed away. My father spent a lot of years taking care of her, and she just was never the same again. I mean, she's a woman that raised kids like never before, and losing a child, especially one that was handicapped, that was home all the time. And to think that your mother now understanding lost 3 children. I mean, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Man. I can't even imagine that. Is your mother still with us?
Yeah, thankfully. She's actually doing really well. She's
great.
She's 78 years old. And I had told Steve, I said, I'm going to be bringing her on a date next weekend to the theater to see the Janis Joplin tribute because my mom loves Janis Joplin.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, I'll be bringing her over. We're gonna do some dinner at Casey Ray's, and then we'll be coming to the show.
So
looking
we
forward
get
to
to meet your mother. I'm looking forward to meeting her now more than ever. We already love her son, and knowing that that this woman, God bless her, man. That's and CT, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for what you do with bands, and giving bringing you into our family here is now giving us that step to getting some of these original bands that we've always wanted to play with and get on this stage. But being able to bring a benefit like this to this stage to help so many people, I think is fantastic. I really do. And I think we got the psychedelic guys on.
All right.
So we're going to get back to us again and talk about this. But again, man, we love you, brother. I wish you were here tonight. But at least you're here with that fancy piano behind you. All right. You want to bring them on?
Somebody's going to come through that door soon.
Yeah. Hello.
Joe.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, bro?
Oh, I love your
Hey,
hat
Joe.
already, brother.
Yeah, hey, look, man, it's Dallas Cowboy week, man.
Woo,
This is the time to
7-1,
do it.
baby. 7-1.
Yeah, happy to be here, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
really looking for. I'm Joe from Psychedelic Elders. We're still waiting on Griff to get in here, I think.
That's okay. I'm Ray. I'm the owner of the Landis. This is
Ray,
Steve. Steve
nice
is
to
our
officially
creative
meet you.
director, and he is one of a kind here. He's literally my best friend, and one of the reasons this place is what it is today. Thank
Yeah,
God
it's
for
a
him.
beautiful venue, man. I've been there.
Thank you.
Well, I can't wait. I just found out you're an original band.
Yeah, we've been around for about 10 years.
I can't wait.
We played a couple of open mic.
Yeah,
events,
he saw you. I didn't.
Yeah,
at the upstairs at Casey Ray's.
yeah. I loved you guys upstairs.
A few weeks ago. I think we did 2 of them for the record once.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we'd love to have you back on that as well. But I can't wait to look. We're always looking for openers too, and original bands.
We would love to, to have the opportunity to showcase our abilities, and we'll get the chance now at this benefit for at least for one. I think we have a really good type of material that would work in that theater as
Absolutely.
an opener, even for tribute bands, because the music that we do, it's original. And it's new, but it's kind of in the throwback style of the late 60s, early 70s psychedelic rock and pop. And, it sounds old school. Let's put it that way. That's the best way I could put it.
Well, that's what we love here. We love. Oh, my God. I love this guy already. Who is this?
Oh, boy.
Happy Halloween.
That's
Happy Halloween, brother.
My partner in our studio and the band is Griff Kinsey. He's a keyboard player and lead vocalist and songwriter for the band.
I thought it was Slash, and he got a little bit of a haircut there. Dude, that is a fantastic hat, brother. I love it, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. CT's wearing, I don't know what the hell he's wearing over there. He's got the It hat on. This is Bert Kreischer, and I'm a fucking moose. Yeah, there's enough of the moose.
Griff, I was just telling Ray, giving him a kind of a background on the kind of music that we've been doing, that we do with the band.
I heard.
He was saying that you're looking forward to maybe having us do some opening gigs with for other.
We would love. We're always looking for original bands, especially for national acts.
Yeah, we would love. Dude, you're speaking our language, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, I'm excited because I really thought I thought now Steve knows there's a band that plays around somewhere here, and they do a Grateful Dead tribute, and I thought that was you guys. And when I found out it was original, I'm like, oh, thank God, this is going to be great. I love Grateful Dead, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather have original psychedelic all day.
We were kind of partnered up with China Cat Jubilee. Who
we used to open for them a lot.
Right, Grateful Dead tribute to Tommy Davis, who was originally one of the founding members of Splintered Sunlight, which is a big Grateful Dead offshoot tribute band, and he had done. He was playing with the China Cat Jubilee for years as the primary guitar player and lead vocalist, and he took us under his wing when we started out, a few years ago.
Okay.
So that might have been where the confusion was between what we were and what they were, because we played a lot of shows with them, and we're doing our material and they're doing Grateful Dead stuff. So people might have gotten a mixed message if they hadn't seen us.
Yeah, well, we're always looking, especially national acts. We can't have cover bands. We're looking for that
right.
That
We would love to have the opportunity. Well, we'll show you on the 12th what we're capable of.
I know, and it's for such a great cause.
Yeah,
definitely. It's something like we've said here over and over again. It's one of those things where I know it sounds horrible to say excited. I don't know how to say it. But I'm happy that
you can be excited.
I'm happy that we're having it here
and
being able to give back to these people. Like against CT, I mean, I don't even know what to say to you, brother. I wish you were here to give you a hug, man. He's lost 2 brothers to this, and I have friends who have lost it. Steve lost a friend to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible thing, and to be able to have the ability in my life to have gone to where I've gone, to have this venue here now, in Jersey, my home state, and be able to give back like this and give guys like you the opportunity, to showcase your music, of course, and that's a good
cause.
Yeah,
that's kind of what. Well, we were kind of put together with that purpose in mind initially, like 10 years ago when we started. One of our core principles was try to do things to make the world a better place.
Amen,
So,
brother.
so we look to play charities and benefits, and when CT came, we met. I guess it's about 8 years now. CT.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We did one of the first Rock for Recovery benefits that he did at Hot Shots. I guess about 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago. That's when we first met, and kind of partnered up. So we've done a lot of them with CT over the years at different venues at different places. And
is Hot Shots still around?
No.
Wasn't that?
They just reopened, I think, as the Gateway Sports Bar.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jerry the owner of that back in the day? Tom and Jerry's Jerry?
I'm not sure.
Never met the owner, really.
The owner was a guy that we kind of, we only ran into the manager, and we dealt with the sound guy and the manager.
Okay.
But he had sold the place right after the pandemic or during the pandemic, and this other person that took it over just renovated and revamped it, kind of turned it into a sports bar.
Oh, okay.
We're not sure if they're going to. They have a stage there, so I guess eventually they're going to put entertainment back in, but we're not sure at what level.
Oh, great. Well, I'm sorry that I missed you when you were here. I'm sorry I missed you when you were here. Again, Steve got to see you, and he said you guys are fantastic. So I'm excited to see.
I really appreciate that.
Casey our producer Casey just put up a looks like the cover of a record of yours. It says
that's
Impressions of a Day.
That's our first album. We actually have 2 albums out and one on the way. We're just putting final.
When was this released?
This was released about 2015, I think. Was it correct?
I think 2014.
2014.
Yeah, and the second album was put about 2 or 3 years later. The second album is called Under Glass. This album was basically kind of a concept album of the life and the day of a hippie.
I love it.
The way this song, and everything kind of came together. It kind of came together serendipitously when we put the songs together and said, "Wait, this makes a story."
Do you bring these? Do you bring this record out to sell?
Yeah, we actually have. We'll have both copies available for sale.
Oh, good, because I'm definitely going to buy one of these.
We're going to donate a couple of some of the CDs, as well as we have other merchandise have coming in.
Fantastic.
To donate for the gift basket auction things or whatever. And I think we may be putting together a merch table for the CDs and our other merch. And which is 25% of our money is going of proceeds is going to go. Here's the second.
Here's the other album.
Dude, I love the covers, man. This is some cover art, man. Really good.
My sister is a phenomenal artist. Unfortunately,
your sister did this.
Oh, yeah. My sister was Angel from Philadelphia. Angel Airbrush or Angel's Fine Arts is actually
okay.
Her company. Right now, she's going through some serious health issues, but she's
bless her heart.
Phenomenal artist.
Yeah, that's some great album covers, man. I'm a big album cover guy. Back in the day, do you remember they used to make books? They used to make a book you could buy with just album covers in it. And it was shaped the same size.
Yeah.
I used to have those.
It was called the album cover book.
I love album art, and these are two great covers.
She
man.
created these with the idea of that throwback album cover art kind of thing. These are actually really 12 by 12 paintings that we reduced to CD size. We would love to be able to do vinyl, versions of these eventually if we can ever put together the money. And do some.
It's getting cheaper and cheaper to do vinyl now. It's getting cheaper.
There's some companies that do that now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're looking at.
I have filled these guys in on your concept story. Griff tells it better than I think anybody as far as the concept behind the psychedelic elders. Could you let them know? I might miss it up a little bit, but Griff's got it.
Are you talking about the trip?
Yeah, the legend of the
okay. Yeah. Well, the cover story is that we were down in Florida vacationing, and we went out on a boat, and we were going to go play at Woodstock about a few days after that, and we were abducted in the Bermuda Triangle and taken to Atlantis. And we used to be named the Psychedelic Youth when that happened. And we were there for many, many years. We toured around the galaxy and toured in Atlantis. We were one of the Atlantean favorites. We met Donovan, became good friends with him in Atlantis. And we decided we wanted to come back to our regular world again. But when they deposited us back all our aging that we would have done in this world happened instantaneously.
So we became.
So we really had no choice but to call ourselves psychedelic elders instead of psychedelic youth.
We're sticking to it.
You know what? And it's a great story. It is a good, dude. That is hilarious, man.
Yeah, in fact, you could on our website under psychedelicelders.com, it's actually listed under our biography, the story of the psychedelic elders on our webpage. There's a whole awesome. Legend or story of how the band was created, and like I said, that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
I like it.
We're going to release a single under psychedelic youth pretty soon.
Oh, that'd be kind of neat.
Going back in time.
A pseudo throwback, previously unreleased song.
Oh, that's cool.
We're in the process of continuing the myth.
See, I love that, man. I love that. And Griff, I don't know what it is, man. I just want to be your best friend, bro.
That's cool.
Between your voice, your look.
I mean, to compete with me. I've been friends with him since the mid-70s.
Well, look, you're an Eagles fan, so you're in good company here, man.
You're a shorter member now.
No, dude, I am more excited now. Again, I love the album covers. I love the art. I can't wait to hear the music.
It's great.
I'm so excited to hear you guys now.
We can't wait to play it for you.
This is great. And it's for such a good benefit, a good charity, a good organization, and a good cause, man.
We've all lost people who've been through drug and alcohol issues, and we lost loved ones, and it hits everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, friends, relatives, close family members, and it's really, devastating. It's devastating, and it's needless.
Absolutely needless.
It's needless.
Absolutely.
I mean, this could be easily fixed if everybody took enough time to care about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. True.
And the big issue is communication too, and not stigmatizing people who have these problems, because it's not. It shouldn't be stigmatized that way.
No, they need help. They need help.
Exactly.
Yeah. They need help. They don't need to be put down. They need to be helped and guided.
It's like any other mental illness. Only it has physical ramification, which is really
exactly. They need to be given an opportunity to find themselves, and maybe find some. A girl on Twitter that I had met in England years ago. She tweeted a thing today. She's homeless, and showed a picture of her bed, and she said she's literally next to a couple recovering, addicts and stuff like that. And I tweeted back at her. I mean, I said, "Look, man," I said, "this is the time to find yourself." I literally lived in my car in L.A. and wow. I found and I know how it is. And you get to a point you can do it. You can, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
You can build yourself up to have something in life and be able to get that chance, like right now that we have to give back.
Right.
Exactly. And it's sad, but you're absolutely right. This is a time that people need help. And we were just talking about, Steve and I were talking about, the fentanyl and the things that are going on, and the pictures you're seeing online of even Philadelphia with people just standing there in this trance of
it's zombie land. I mean,
it's scary, and it's scary to think, this is happening right here in our own hometown and in our own country, and I don't know, man. It's I don't want to get political about it, but it's sad that we can't. We live in a country like this, and we can't help these people.
It's not necessary.
Exactly. No, not at all. Now, are you guys local? You're local from the area?
Yeah. I'm from South Philly.
Okay.
I'm in Collingswood.
He's in
Collingswood. Love Collingswood. What a wonderful area.
The band is based out of Collingswood.
Okay.
The other two members are from South Jersey also.
Well, Steve's originally a South Philly kind of guy. Aren't you a Philly area?
Northeast
Philly.
Yeah.
Northeast
okay.
Philly.
All right. Well, that's okay. I got a lot of friends in the Northeast.
I guess more South Jersey now than anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Northeast cool. Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah. The other band members, by the way, just for the record, too, Camp and Patty is our bass player. She's a phenomenal bassist. She's been around for a lot of years. Her husband was the original drummer, Tony. Unfortunately, he passed away from cancer like 4 years into the band. The current drummer is Jim Sorey, who's also originally from Kensington, but he's from South Jersey now.
Mm-hmm.
A great drummer who played with Patty and her other band that she was in a few years ago. So we kind of all, and he's been with us now for like 3 years. Jim, and he's kind of assimilated himself into what we do like really well. So we're going to continue doing this as long as we can physically capably do it. And we're all getting kind of up there, but doesn't matter.
Well, I'm excited to have you, man. I can't wait to see this show. This is going to be a phenomenal show again for a great cause.
I'm looking forward. We're looking forward to it, man. Finally play on the big stage.
Yeah, and it's funny too because having a female bass player, I've noticed a lot of our bands now. Let's see, the Age of War, younger bands. They have a lot of female bass players now, and the bass player used to be that guy stuck in the corner, like nobody knew who he was. Now all of a sudden it's the girl out front, the band and stuff. It's kind of funny, but that's great, man. That's great. Again, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to meet you guys in person, and we're looking forward to having a great day all around.
Having a great day for everybody, all the bands. I haven't seen the other bands. We've seen Pure Petty. I know Tom Jimmy Mannix is a good friend of ours.
It's going to be a great show. A lot of really good bands.
And but I haven't seen Black Rose Rebellion yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Well, Bree's a good friend of ours here at the Landis too. She's a good friend of ours. She's played here a few times as well. Mm-hmm. And they're a phenomenal band. Yeah.
And the other band is the Prince tribute band.
Yes.
Sounds like a phenomenal show.
I'm excited to see them because, like I was saying earlier before you came on, I'm a huge Prince fan too. Right. I'm just a big music fan, and Prince was just very influential when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Yeah, he was an awesome artist.
Oh, he was amazing. He was amazing.
We'll be there for the duration, so and I'm bringing some my family. Some of my family members will be coming along. Some other friends.
Oh, we were talking about albums. Prince's 1980 album. That was the one with the movie. That was Purple Rain.
Oh yeah, Purple Rain.
That was his big album.
Purple Rain, yes.
Yeah. We were talking earlier. We have a band called Romeo Delight coming this weekend. They're a wonderful tribute to Van Halen.
Cool.
Yeah. Back the David Lee Roth era. Yeah, they're phenomenal. And we were talking about they're doing the 1984 album. We were talking about all these bands that kind of came out. Speaking of, what was the Grateful Dead had an 80s band? What was their 80s album that came? Remember that album they came out with?
Built to Last.
That was it. Yep. See, you were definitely a Dead fan because nobody remembers that album.
Well, Touch of Grey was their number one hit, man. That was probably the biggest hit of their career.
Was that 80s or 90s?
We Will Survive. That was the 80s.
That was 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Give me a second.
Yeah, because Touch of Grey
might be on the song.
Yeah, because that was one of those songs that was late. But I know they had an 80s album that everyone forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but we were just on an 80s kick earlier.
I'm familiar with like Turpin Station and some of the older, the older material.
Oh yeah, well, and again, I love you. You can't not love Grateful Dead. I mean, especially The Wall. I mean, The Wall of Sound was probably one of the most incredible things
during the 80s.
Ever.
They had probably my favorite guy in the Grateful Dead was Brent, the keyboard player and singer.
Oh, I forgot that.
Dude.
Yeah, I forgot.
I think he is.
Brent was the man, dude.
There is a video actually of them playing "Blow Away" at JFK.
Wow.
I think it was 85. And if you look at all of the comments in it, right, it's right when he goes into the part at the end where he's just kind of riffing and going off. I mean, you can tell he's definitely on a tab of acid or two, just by the looks that he's giving everybody. But they said that when he actually goes into this part and he tells everybody, raise your hands up in the air and feel the breeze come over you. And every single comment in that says that was like there was an actual gust of wind that came through the stadium right when he did that. And you can see like the entire audience loses their mind when he does it.
That's
and
amazing.
It's all people that were there were like, no, there
Prince.
was wind that actually came right
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Remember
the lightning in the back.
Prince played Purple Rain at the Super Bowl, and it started to rain and lightning.
Yeah,
it's like that's crazy.
It was almost like it was ordained.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not even the biggest. I'm not even the biggest Grateful Dead guy, but that's probably my most watched like live performance video ever.
Yeah, so
them doing that at JFK.
My personal leanings go more toward psychedelic rock, and I mean, and progressive rock stuff.
Yeah, we're big progressive rock fans. Yeah, we're big rock fans.
I cut my teeth learning, playing guitar. On like Steve Howe.
Well, I was never a big Dead fan until I'd seen them back in the that would be the late '80s in Atlanta. I saw them, and then it was years later, I saw them again, and then somebody told me. I remember they were telling me, it was my ex brother-in-law. Was like, oh, you got to go see this Fish band. You know, they're like the Grateful Dead and everything. I'm like, no, they're not. I went and I'm like, no, they're not. 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 But yeah, so I was never a big Grateful Dead guy until I saw the show. And when you see them live, it's just this jam, man, that goes on forever. I felt like that concert went on for 6 hours.
I did see them in the 60s with a friend of mine, but she had nobody else to go to. I said, I'll go with you. Yeah, it was a long night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's an experience, you know. You can't really describe it.
I had the same experience with them. I didn't I heard the songs on the radio and stuff. Yep. Didn't really get into them that much, but you can't really know what they're about until you see them live.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what turned me on to them after I saw them live, and I was like, oh, I got to, you know.
Well, that was us with Winona Judd.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a single one of her songs I would listen to.
I still don't know any of her songs.
She was a totally different experience.
Yeah, she played here and put on one hell of a show, man. One of our favorite shows. And again, today, I don't know what song she sings.
Yeah.
But it was a great show. She was a fantastic show. I would see her live again in a heartbeat. You know, bless her. She lost her mother this year too, and she's on that tour. So God bless her too. And she's a wonderful woman, absolutely wonderful woman. We'd love to have her back someday. Yeah, we'd love to have her back.
Well, we're open for her if you want us to.
Yeah.
She has her husband Cactus that plays the drums.
Did you lose an eye?
Famous plug, you know.
I found it. I almost dropped my eye. I got my eye here. Yeah, her husband Cactus,
being attacked.
Good Lord, is he lost his leg in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, wow.
And she told us the story.
Man.
She was in the seat, whatever that seat is in the front of the bus, next to the driver. Right. And Cactus was in front of the bus, and she said he was going back and forth playing around. She said, and she saw it coming, and all of a sudden, bam! That she said there's blood everywhere. They got out, they got him, and thank God he's still alive.
Right.
But he lost his leg during that, and then and let me tell you, played drums like you would never know this man was down a leg, and phenomenal. Yeah, he's a great golfer too. Yep, what a wonderful couple of people. But it's again, that was the Grateful Dead to me. Mm-hmm. Like you would never see me sit here and say how great Winona Judd is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But same with the Grateful Dead live, man. They just blow you away. There's a lot of bands that kind of get you that way, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Yes. Well, I loved Yes before I saw Yes, but Yes live was an experience, man.
Concert ever was Yes at the Spectrum.
Oh, wait, was it in the round?
No, it was the very first time they ever played at the Spectrum as a headliner.
See, I saw him in the round there years. I forget what year.
Yeah, we saw him years later. In the round, I think we went. Griff and I went to see them. It would have been in the mid '80s.
Yeah, that's when it was. Probably around the mid '80s that I saw him there.
Yeah. '82.
Great show.
This unknown opener that nobody heard of before, called the Eagles, opened for them.
Oh wow!
At the Spectrum. As the second opening act. They weren't even the main opening act. They were the second opening act.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Well, nobody at the time, they had one record out that people knew about. Peaceful.
Now, was that original with Joe Walsh and everybody?
Yeah, it was before Joe Walsh. This was.
It was before Joe Walsh. Okay.
Bernie Leadon and Glenn Fry and Glenn Fry and those guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was like they came on stage and they went, Randy Meisner. It's like, we're the Eagles, but we're from California. We're not the ones from Philly. That's how they opened the show. Yeah, first concert I was ever at, 1972, the Eagles, the Close to the Edge tour.
Oh, wow. That's a great album.
Yeah. That tour ended up becoming the Yes Songs album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, another great album. Yeah, Yes is another one of those live bands, man. Their live albums are phenomenal. Yeah. You know, I think we had a post on our Facebook about what your favorite live bands were. I mean, Frampton Comes Alive was a great album.
Well, right.
Yes Songs.
I saw him that tour.
Yeah,
it was Yes in Frampton that year.
That's right. That's right.
At the JFK Stadium in '76. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what a show!
There's so much good stuff that came to JFK.
The last thing I think I saw
shows you can go back and find.
I forget what I saw last at JFK. I saw a lot of concerts back in JFK. I saw the Stones, of course, back in '80 or '81. I forget when that was. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the Who's last final tour at JFK. And then they final toured like 50 times after that.
I also saw the Who's final tour. 3 years ago.
Yeah, we've all seen the Who's final tour like 15 times.
Final tour was that 51.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I had a paper route, and I was selling papers and collecting money. Like we used to go to the arcades and waste our money, but I was saving because I wanted to see the Who's last tour, man.
Gotcha.
And here we, the 10 tours later is their last tour again. So I was pretty bummed when they went back out.
Well, the next tour is going to be called "This Is Our Last Tour," and we mean it this time.
Yep. Genesis.
For
I saw
realsies.
so many bands there, man. That was JFK, man.
Well, and your uncle
Yeah, we
played.
used to.
Yeah, that's true. Rob played for Well, oh no, wait, he did JFK with Abacab, but he also did the
Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Well,
Yeah, Live Aid was great. I was during Live Aid. I was in I do believe I was in the DMZ in Korea at that time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Robert Hazard and the Heroes, Uncle Rob, he sent me a T-shirt and all that good stuff over from then. He was a big Philly guy, big Philly musician.
Yeah, I remember Robert.
Yeah. He's near and dear to my heart. Near and dear to my heart. Yeah.
The escalator of life.
Yes. We actually just got our new shirts for our bar. Casey Ray's done, and we put "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" on the back. That was one of his big songs that he wrote that Cyndi Lauper took over. So.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance, go back and listen to his original. Everybody's like, "What the hell is that?"
It's a much different song.
But yeah, that was JFK too. That's right. I forgot Live Aid was at JFK, and I was there for that. And not long after that, they tore it down.
Well, like I said, I lived in South Philly, so I lived 10 blocks from the Spectrum.
Wow.
I lived on 9th Street. I used to walk down to the Spectrum like every 3 or 4 days to go see a concert.
Yeah, you must have seen some big shows.
2-3 bands, everybody from Foghat, to Peter Frampton.
We're just talking about Foghat here. I don't know how many members are left in the band though.
Frank Zappa and Mahavishnu Orchestra back to back in the same night.
Oh, Zappa would have been great.
Frank Zappa was amazing.
He would have been great to see, man.
The only guy I ever saw stop a song in mid-song because somebody made a mistake and made them start over.
Really?
They were like 15 bars into the song, and somebody made a mistake, and he just put his hands up and said, "Everybody stop. We're going to do this again until we get it right."
Most of his albums sound like a mistake from beginning to end.
But it was just I'd never seen anybody do that.
What are his kids' names?
Dweezil. Well, his son Dweezil. I think
I saw him do a show not long ago at
he was doing one of his dad's albums. I do believe.
Zappa plays Zappa.
Yeah, I think we were talking about him here. It's still something that I think he's still doing. Dweezil and Moon Unit. Remember Moon Unit's his daughter.
Moon Unit. Who names your kid Moon Unit?
Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
Only person that can.
I think he played it. I think he did it at the Tower. I saw one of the first times he did that. The Zappa plays Zappa. And we had Terry Bozzio on drums.
Oh wow!
He brought Terry Bozzio back for that.
Really?
They did Black Page.
What year was that?
It had to be
like a couple of years ago.
But 2010 maybe.
Really? Okay. Yeah, all right. That makes sense then.
12 years ago. Either the Tower Theater or the Troc, one of those.
Okay.
It was a small theater.
I think it was the Tower.
It might have been the Tower Theater.
Yeah.
I saw it with a friend of mine who was playing drums in the band at the time I was in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Before the Psychedelic Elders.
We're slowly getting to that point now that we built this theater up that we're getting a lot of these. Like we just had George Lynch here. George is literally coming back. We just signed an agreement today. We're going to announce that his return. We got Debbie Gibson, who's been a friend of mine for years. Debbie's coming. We have Crystal Gale. Don't you make my brown eyes blue coming?
Cool. Yeah.
So we're slowly building. We've had Quiet Riot here.
I love what you guys are doing with the theater.
Striper. We've had a lot of big bands, and we're trying to get more.
Right.
So
I have to tell you, I absolutely love your theater.
Oh, thank you.
That just had to be said.
Thank you so much.
I saw Wishbone Ash there.
Was that a great show or what?
Oh my gosh, what a great band to get
all my lights
to play your theater.
It breaks my heart though to see a band like that play as good as they did and not have a full house.
I know.
And I'm telling you, pre-COVID, we'd have had a full house. We are still fighting. We are still fighting to sell tickets. And what made that show so great is when we had a power failure. If you were here, you remember there was a power failure during the show, and they were awing at everything that was going on. The show that they were about to put on with all the visuals is the show they've been wanting to do, and then lights went out. So what was his name? What was his name? The singer. He was on the side of the stage. He's on the side of the stage trying to fix the electric. He goes, "No, we got to get this back. This was amazing. We got to get it back.
Oh,
And then
wow.
finally we said, hey, look, man, we can get the sound back, but we're not getting the lights and video back. And
That's
it all
the
worked
thing.
out. It ended up being one hell of a
That
show.
was a great
Yeah.
show.
They were amazing,
Yeah,
man.
well,
They
in
were
fact,
so good.
A good friend, an old friend of mine, Tony Mecca, his 33 1/3, him and Jim Durnick.
Yeah, that's right.
The Queen
We
band.
love
played
them
there.
too. Yep.
Those guys, I know those guys for years. I went to high school with Tony Mecca.
Really?
He was one of the singers and organizers of that. He's also got his own original band, the Heavy Metal Gypsies.
Oh, we love Justin.
Justin Gonzalez. Yeah, went to school with like my niece. I mean,
Justin is a phenomenal human being from start to finish, and that's one of those bands that we bring in. Again, we always try to say things here that we prefer an experience, and everyone's like, well, they don't look nothing like Queen,
those
but
guys put on a phenomenal show.
Sound better than any Queen tribute you could possibly ever imagine.
And they put on a visual thing as well. Yeah. I mean, it's not Queen, but
Casey's over here giving us the cut sign because our time is up, gentlemen. But we will see you on the 12th.
We'll see you on the 12th. We're really looking forward.
Thank you so much for dedicating your time to this event, CT. Thank you for putting it together and bringing these wonderful gentlemen on. Guys, I can't wait to meet you in person. Thank you, guys.
Here, Ray.
Thank you. Everybody get there by 12 o'clock.
Let's go, Eagles. Eagles Dallas this weekend, baby.
We got this.
No, we got it.
We'll be in touch with you about the merch.
We got
it. Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Good night.
Take care, guys. There it is, guys. Stop the Heroin Rock for Recovery event, November 12th, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. There's all the bands that are coming. We spoke to a couple of them already. That was the Psychedelic Elders. That was Griffin Joe we just had on. We had Jimmy Mannix on a little bit ago from the Tom Petty, the Pure Petty tribute. And now I think, do we have Johnny? We have Johnny Jupiter Long from the Controversy Band, which is a Prince tribute. And I'm a huge Prince fan. So welcome, Johnny. Can you hear us, baby? I can't hear you. Oh, no, Johnny, we need to hear you. Try a little refresh.
Yeah, if you refresh the page, come back on. Sometimes it doesn't open your mic.
How's that?
That helps.
Oh, wait, he's getting on. He's probably refreshing, which is great.
While he does that, I have to run to the bathroom. My eyes have been on fire.
It's this jacket.
I think it might be that jacket.
I'm telling you, my nose is stuffed up. Absolute vodka.
Absolute vodka.
I hope that's not what it is.
Maybe that's Steve's problem. He had too much Absolute vodka.
That might be it. I have too much Gatorade. That's my big thing. I have Gatorade or something. But hey, man, dude, they sound great. CT, I cannot wait. Guys, I'm telling you, anybody watching right now, if you're still tuned in, if you tune in later when on the reruns of this, this is going to be a great event. Again, I'm so excited to be able to help people. Casey's back there. You don't see her. Casey, come on and say hi real quick. She is dressed as a cheerleader over there for Halloween with a hand. Give her a hand there. She's got a little guest over there as well. But we're excited. I love Casey to death. She's one of the best parts of me. And I'll be honest with you, having her here as our producer, she can tell you too, we've put a lot into this theater. And to hear these guys say how much they love it, it means a lot to us because all we want is the success of the theater. It's everything we do. We love the community. Vineland has been so good to us. And now to be able to, we've had several benefits here, but to finally have one that I feel like is something that can really help people, it means a lot. And CT, I appreciate you putting all this together and becoming a part of our family like you have, brother.
CT, I have to say a huge thank you too. I was gonna.
It means the world to me that I joined the family, that you guys accepted me, like you guys did. And the other thing that I really have to say is the first 3 Rock for Recoveries were in a bar, which does not it's not the place you want a recovery show. Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's why I am so thankful where we are this time around. And it just adds legitimacy to the entire cause.
And I appreciate Casey. What did you want to say, honey?
So
I'll bring Johnny on. I'll bring Johnny on first, real quick.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Yes.
Johnny, welcome,
All
baby.
right.
Welcome,
How
baby.
y'all living? How y'all living? Listen,
We are right, my friend. How are you living?
Hey, man, look at me. Come on now. Stop. Is that
Well,
even a question? Come on.
I was
y'all
just
know what this
saying
is?
earlier. I grew up on Prince. I'm a huge Prince fan. And I have been looking for a Prince tribute to even play the stage. And I haven't found one. Well, there's not a lot of them to begin with.
Well, you can't get away with doing it.
And I'm excited because it's not only that I'm finally getting to see a Prince tribute on our stage, but I've watched you over these last several weeks promoting the hell out of this event.
Yeah.
And that shows your dedication as an artist to not only your performance, but giving back to people that need to be given back to. And I think that's fantastic, man. And I want to thank you. I'm already a fan just because of watching you. And one of the things that I love is when we get an artist or a band here and they promote, because not only does it help the sales, but it shows me that band cares and they understand too that we're both in this together. You know what I mean?
Right.
These are tough times for music. So many venues closing. I mean, we have a restaurant and a sports bar, and there's so many restaurants and sports bars closing. We're still in a horrible economic time, and we're trying our hardest to give a good ticket price. We've actually worked in, I don't know if I might as well announce it now. We have worked in a way now that we will no longer be asking people. Well, not asking. It wasn't us asking for it. It was the ticket agencies.
Yeah.
But we're getting rid of fees and taxes and backing.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. I watched one of your podcasts, and I heard you guys talking about it, and you couldn't hear me, but I applauded that effort.
That's awesome because a $25 ticket should be a $25 ticket, not a $50 ticket. You know what I mean?
Word.
And
Word.
it's crazy. And we've all seen the fights. We've seen them go before Congress. We've seen everything happen. And we found out that, as a venue, we can make it work, and we can make it work in favor. And our hopes are that helps these bands sell more tickets, that people know, hey, man, it's $20. We're going to pay $20. We're not going to pay, $40, $38 or whatever it was in the past.
Mm-hmm. My question was always this: what do you do to deserve that money? Listen, I'm not putting anybody down. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're not printing the tickets, you're not performing.
Well, that's the problem. They are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you where their money goes. And it does help when we tell people.
Let me see. Yeah, what's up?
So they do give us the printers. They give us the equipment. And they give us the ticket stock. Now, we do pay for the ticket stock, but not what you normally would. So they do have that, and then they have their back and stuff. But to ask for so much, you know what I mean? That's, I think, where the issue is. And we're in a world where everyone is all about, give me. And if they know they can get you, they're going to get you.
So but the ROI is ridiculous.
It's insane. It's insane. But so what we basically done is we're still paying that fee, but we're paying it for the customer now. We've decided as a company that it's better for us to take the hit than give it to our customer, if that makes sense to you. Because I feel like by doing that, we're showing people how much we care about them coming to see these amazing bands and these shows. And we put a lot into what we do. Steve does the lights. I do the video. Bob and Tommy on sound. I mean, we've come together as a team to where when you come to this venue and play, all you have to do is show up. We're giving you, if we know Prince is coming, we literally research the concert and we try to emulate that concert in every way we can, especially if you're playing an album, or we give it a whole new feel. And the idea behind that is if you see, for instance, Land of Oz, all right, Steve Desco and those guys.
Love Desco, love Christie, love Desco, love Land of Oz. I love those people. They're awesome.
Every time you see them here, it's not like you're going to see them anywhere else. You don't see the show that we put on for them, the visuals. And every time they come, I change the visuals.
It's a production.
So now exactly. You're seeing a whole different show every time. So if you're a fan of Land of Oz, you can go everywhere they are, but you want to come here too, because you're going to see them like you've never seen them before. And that's something I feel like we could always give a Prince tribute. I mean, again, I remember seeing Prince in the 80s. I've seen Prince probably about 7 or 8 times. And I remember after Purple Rain seeing that tour, and when he would come out and the smoke would just, come, and it was all you could see was this glimmer of those par cans, and you
that's
would
the
see
fuck I'm
Prince,
talking
man.
about. That's the shit that I'm
Dude,
talking about, baby.
It was
Steve,
so
me and
beautifully
you
done.
got me.
You know,
You look at you.
No,
You can see me here. That's what we're doing, right? I want the whole shebang, baby. Take me back to 1985 Syracuse, the Superdome.
Yeah,
hell
Take me
yeah,
back.
baby.
You know what I'm
that's
saying? I
what
want
I do,
everybody
you
to be
know,
taken back, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and I love it actually going back, and it's you know I'm a big history guy on top of all this, and it's my little way of bringing history into the music world. It's you can go back and you can look at these old concerts, and it's funny you mentioned Ozzy. I had somebody one time when they first came here. I use a lot of purples and pinks and stuff, something you wouldn't think Ozzy, but if you go back and look at all of his old videos, man, that half of his shit was pink and purple.
They work,
colors
work,
and it works for it. It creates that feel, and you don't
the
get that if you don't go back
juxtaposition.
and yeah, absolutely.
That juxtaposition is what makes it work.
And you
what
go off
people
the
don't
feeling of the song. It doesn't matter who the hell it is. Yep.
The lighting
if it's a love
person,
song, chances are it's going to be freaking pink.
Yeah.
Chances are something like that.
They discount that the lighting person is actually a part of the performance.
Yes. I always say this is my, because I'm a musician as well, and I never really went too far with playing guitar or drums or singing or anything like that. But this is my way of kind of performing along with everyone else. I do everything live. I don't do cues, nothing. Everything that you see is me putting it together.
I can dig it.
See it, and it's
I can dig
it's
it, man.
really cool. It is.
I think
like
that's
I said,
why
that's my instrument.
I don't think I ever thought about it before. I think that's why we get along so well. Because I also play guitar, drums. I was in a band back in the day, but I was in I was an actor for a long time. I won some awards and things, but I always found more love writing and directing when I spent my time in Hollywood and independent film world.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that more. It was just something for me, and being here now, being able to create this show alongside somebody like Steve, no matter who the band is, it's actually fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you're enjoying it, and when people leave and you see their faces and they're like, "Great fucking show," I have yet, now I'm knock on wood, I have yet to see anybody walk out and go, "Well, that fucking sucked."
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna make a proclamation right here and right now. I'm guaranteeing it. Guaranteeing it. When you leave the controversy show, every single person is going to walk out of that show going, "Damn, that was badass." I'm guaranteeing it. We're going to take you through a roller coaster of emotions the entire time. It is set up that way. We guaranteeing or your money back.
Well, I saw the set list, so I can say it's one hell of a set list, my friend. Being a Prince fan, that is a very good set list.
Thank you so much.
I have to plug one Prince thing because I bought it off of the he has the family and everybody still run all of his stuff, and they put out an album of his piano tracks.
Oh,
was that amazing or what?
Oh,
dude, it's just like all his rehearsal piano stuff.
Yeah.
And just hearing his voice going, "All right, guys, can we go back one?" And I want to go, let's go back 3 measures and try that.
Right,
again.
and it's all low. It's like,
and you're like, man, this
right.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine just being in that room and being able to be there while he did that kind of magic, man?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping and praying that you give me that magic. I feel like you're going to, man. Just watching you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's not. That's
and for a great cause,
no.
man.
Oh,
this is again for you to come out and give your time, not only for this cause, when we know it's hurt so many people and it's affected so many lives, but you're sitting here promoting it and guaranteeing a great show, and it's so selfless. You know what I mean? You're not being selfish in any way. You're doing this for the people and for the people that need the help. And I applaud you for that, brother. I really do, man.
Well, like a lot of, I live life that, let's laugh at each other and with each other. And we're all in this together.
Amen.
And, and on a personal note, and CT, you know this, in the last 2 weeks, I've actually lost 2 people.
Wow.
To this.
Wow.
In the last 2 weeks.
In just the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Wow.
One was a very young relative, very young, and I'll get off of that for now, but it's still freshly painful.
Yeah.
And for me personally, the show was personal before because, we've all lost people. My guys were, texting me and that whole thing, and they, what can we do? Can we help you? And I said, you know what you guys can do? You guys can help me and help everybody by playing the best damn show you know how to play. I want you to put your heart and your soul into it. I want you to actually if you're on stage and you feel there are moments of tears welling up, then that's how you know you did it right.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you look out into that audience and you see that it appears that every single human being in that audience is moving as one human being, like one entity, then you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, Johnny, man. That means a lot, brother. That really means. I look forward to meeting you, my
music
friend.
is a beautiful way to do that. It's a way to do, pay tribute, obviously, to people you've lost, but to continue and grow and heal from that as well. I mean, there's nothing like music,
It's universal.
Something that's helped a lot of people. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Universal. It don't matter where you go on this planet. If you're playing it right, somebody's going to dig it. They don't have to understand what you're saying, but music is universal. Laughter and music are two things
with the exception of David Hasselhoff. That's only in Germany.
Okay, we're not. There's always exceptions to the rule. Always exceptions. And Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Oh, Corey, don't get me there. Don't go there. I can't.
Huh?
Oh,
who said that?
Struck a nerve.
Oh, you just struck a nerve.
Why did you do that, CT? I'm blaming him.
Corey Feldman earlier.
Oh God, I can't take that guy. I can't take that guy.
Oh. But no, I appreciate you guys, CT. You guys just allowing me to play. I've been to many performances at the Landis, and I've always was always like, what, one day I would love to play this place. This place is beautiful. And how in a lot of my ads I describe it as the beautiful, Museum, the beautiful, gorgeous, Landis Theater, because I think it deserves to have the right adjectives, and that place is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we appreciate that. The city, I'll give people a little history real quick. It was 1937 the place was built. It was originally built as a movie theater. And from what we've gathered, it was one of the first movie theaters in the northeastern United States to offer air conditioning, as well as some way, and I'm still not sure how they did it, but for the hard of hearing, some aspect of that they used for the hard of hearing. But there was another theater that opened up right down the street. I think maybe even a week before or right around the same exact time that didn't have air conditioning, and it didn't last at all. I mean, it didn't last but several months.
Yeah.
But this place used to have a wall down the middle. There was two theaters on both sides. There was I don't know exactly the year. Someday we have to get some of the city guys on to talk about it. But it fell into disarray. At one point there was a tree growing up in the middle of the theater.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. And then there was talk about just basically just mowing it down. And a lot of the citizens in the city of Vineland, were up in arms, saying you got to save it, you got to do something. And this Four Corners project came along, and they renovated the theater first. They did another beautiful building across the street where they have some it's elderly housing and stuff, and some stores over there, storefronts. But what they did here was just phenomenal, and they really brought back the feeling. I mean, Hans and his crew, and his wife was involved as well, and they brought back this feeling of 1937, but in a big area. And I don't know what their intentions. I never did ask them what their intentions were, but we came in. I have some Broadway background as well, and so does Steve. Has a lot of theater background. Coming in thinking it was more of a theater. Oh, there you go. That is half of the theater. That's what it looked like back in the day. So there was another half to the theater as well. So you would see a film on one side and a film on the other side.
Wow.
And we and the city had put a lot of money into renovating it, and it kind of sat dormant. Not a lot of things were going on with it. A lot of people were basically using it to make money for themselves, and not really helping the theater in any way, shape, or form. We came in, we did a couple plays, and we realized this is really a music venue. It's really built more for music than it is for theater. And we put a couple $1 million worth of lights and video. And Steve was just in New York this week picking up another big Christie film projector, because we just keep adding and adding and adding and adding, because we want this. You know, the Sphere can kiss my ass. We were doing the surround thing before the Sphere opened up.
Yeah.
But even though they do it so
I know it's out of control. You know.
Could you imagine Prince there?
Forget about it. Forget about it.
It would have been
imagine?
amazing.
Stop.
Like I said, Tool is my next. I hope they bring.
Yeah, that would be an amazing show. There, we were talking about that. Tool there would be amazing. But and again, I'll go back to Prince again, because a dear friend of mine, and it's so funny because I lost touch with Maurice. Maurice Lassiter was his name. In high school, we were very close going through grade school, and again, Prince is what brought us together, you know. I went to Rancocas Valley Regional High School in Mount Holly. It was a very diverse school, and Maurice and I just finally found each other again on Facebook. He is now a pastor here in Jersey somewhere, and we've been trying to get together. And I think I'm gonna reach back out to him and let him know about this wonderful event.
Oh, you gotta.
And maybe we finally get back together and see each other watching your Prince experience here.
You gotta.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that would be a great time for him and I to you know, rekindle a friendship that I've always cherished. So yeah,
that's beautiful. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And again, it's music. It's music that I've always loved. I saw your set list. I don't know if you want to give any of that out or not.
No, let's bring it on people.
I think people are going to be very excited to see it. And again, this has been some great bands, man. I'm telling you, the Tom Petty tribute that's coming on, those guys, they seem phenomenal.
Absolutely.
The Psychedelic Elders, I cannot wait to see these guys.
I think I know Griff. I'm telling you, I think I know Griff.
I don't know Griff, but Griff and I are best friends now. Just so you know, it just doesn't matter at this point.
I think I met him as a teenager or something. He reminds me of this dude that I met as a teenager.
Teenage Griff?
Well, he wasn't a teenager at the time. He was, you know.
Well, he was in space at that time, man.
Well,
right.
Okay, then maybe
I don't know. I don't know. We met his doppelganger. That's what happened. He left a clone here.
You have this guitar in front of you, real quick, my brother. Did you want to hit a riff on it, or?
No, I just always have my guitar on me because I'm always practicing for the shows.
Well, see, I always have my moose suit on me just in case, you know, any other moose are around. I'd be like, "Hey, brother, I'm one of you. I'm one of you."
I always have the shows going on in my head, right? So periodically throughout the day, you know, I there's always has to be a guitar near me, always, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because first off, I'm a songwriter, and I write. CT knows, you know, I have my albums and that whole thing. And and I say, when inspiration strikes me, it's serendipity, who is my angel of inspiration.
Oh, nice.
And she told me her name in a dream. That's how I know her name. Her name is Serendipity. And whenever I write a song or something, I usually post it on Facebook. They probably think I'm crazy. I go, Serendipity came, you know, Serendipity came by last night. You know, it'd be like 3 a.m. I'll get up and I'll go, oh. And I just have to write it down or put it on my phone or go down in the studio and record it or something. I just have to do it. You know, again, we talked about this last time. I said there are people who do music for money. There's people who do music for fun, and then there's people that do it because they have to do it.
Now,
you know,
tell me more about your original material. Now, do you have an original band, or is it just like solo stuff you're doing?
Well, I play guitar, bass, keyboards, and drums, and I bring like a lot of my musician friends in to play parts. And I'm going, your part, I think your drumming or your something will fit here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times I'll go in and I'll just record all the parts myself, and then
doing the Prince thing.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I've been doing it for so many years, and then, you know, typically I'll sing all the vocals myself and all of that, and then I'll go, okay, I need you to, you know, put drums here, or I'll work with my buddy Jeff Scott Thomas. We've been working together significantly. Carmen D'Amico from.
Do you have a band? Is there a band actually, or what, what's the name of that band?
Jupiter Rising.
Oh, I like that name. That's a great name.
It's my Jupiter is my real name.
No,
Johnny,
that's your given name?
Yes, it's my full real name is Johnny Jupiter Long.
Get that out. Well, that's a great name, man.
Yeah.
It's not a great name when you're 8 years old.
Yeah, it would have been for me. I'd have been like into
You
some
definitely
space
appreciate
shit.
it more as you're older.
Not only that, that's almost a good football name. And
Yeah.
Johnny Jupiter's got the ball. He's on the 10.
Right.
He's on the
now,
5.
now I'm like, I went through all types of weird names when,
Like
growing
Flash
up trying to
Gordon.
be cool.
Yeah.
That
then
is
somebody-
awesome, dude.
It's like somebody said, why don't you just use your real name? I said, Johnny Jupiter? It went,
That's a great name, bro.
Yeah.
And I went, that's a good idea. I think I will.
Yeah.
And from
right.
that standpoint, I said, I'll use my real name.
Always love your God-given name, man. Look, man, you were given that name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You were given that name for a reason. So, and
I actually know
think
why.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Matt is a great name, my friend.
I appreciate it. I hope I live up to the name. I hope I'm working hard. I'm working hard for you.
I want to hear some of this original stuff too. Now, do you have any? You have some CDs out or music out there available?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing with Jeff Scott Thomas, I think we have like 150,000 streams, and I tell you what, how about I send you guys all some samples.
I would love that.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'll send it on Messenger.
Do you have anything merch-wise you'll be selling at this show?
Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it's done by that standpoint. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Hey, it happens, man.
It's done. But more importantly, forget about the merch. Forget for me personally. For me, it's about giving. It's about giving. It's about the healing. It's about performing for the people and giving everybody an experience that they can that makes this memorable. That's it in a nutshell for me. It's so important that I literally try to advertise all day, literally somewhere. I see it.
I see it. And I can't thank you enough because that means a lot to us. Like, again, to me, when an artist is pushing a show, no matter where that show is, I'll go back to Steve Desco. And I know we say Steve's name a lot here. He's got several bands that plays here, but the guy is a monster when it comes to going out and promoting his shows.
100.
He's promoting one show at the next show at the next show. He's promoting all the shows that him and his wife are putting together. I think it's their anniversary today, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it? I think it might be their. If it isn't, it was either today or yesterday.
Yes,
but happy anniversary, guys. It is. Happy anniversary,
today.
guys. We love you guys. What's that?
You know what?
You need to wear it.
Due for a Steve shout out anyway.
Yeah, you guys.
Let's go.
But he's one of those people, and I tell a lot of bands. I said, look, man, if you don't know him, get to know the guy and just say, hey, what do you do that helps sell so many tickets to your shows and stuff, and it brings people in, it makes people love what you do, and he's constantly promoting, and
Always.
He promotes so many other bands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a guy that I'm so glad he became our Ozzy tribute here. I'm so glad he became part of our family. Him and his wife, we love Christy so much. They're good people, and again, I think he's going to be at the benefit or so. I think he said they're coming by or something. I don't.
They
remember.
may come by. I think they're going to be at Daryl's house. I think maybe or something like that.
Oh, on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think they're at Daryl's house. The one thing that I tell my guys, that's in the band is I'll give this, my Johnny speech. I go, what are we, guys? Because we're a band. He goes, yes, we're a band while we're playing. We are a band while we're playing, while we're practicing. What are we when we're not playing and we're not together? And what are we? He goes, we're still a band. I said, no, we are not. We are a sales and marketing organization.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
We are a sales and marketing organization, and what we are selling is an experience. Never forget that, gentlemen. This is a business. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that. And if you don't, you will constantly push and constantly remember. It's my job to come get you, not the other way around. Yeah. Respect that.
And that's what venues and venue owners need is especially during these times. Like I said, these are hard economic times for everyone. Yep. And you're asking people to give up their free time. And again, we do as cheap as we possibly can with the tickets that we can hopefully keep the lights on. Again, thank God for the city because they do help us at times. Because we're doing everything we can to bring people not only to the venue, but to this city. Mm-hmm. This city's putting a lot of money into renovating things and doing things better. And I'm very proud to be a part of what they're doing. And I'm proud to have acts like you coming in because you're also helping the city, you're helping our venue, and you're helping yourself at the same time. So we come together as a team and we, as well as our band, we're a band of people that just love music. We love humanity. We love to help people. We want to give back. And that's why we're here today, because we're giving back again. This is a great benefit. Johnny, I can't wait to meet you too, man. I've literally met some amazing people tonight, via this podcast, and I can't wait to meet you in person. I really can't.
Me either, man. I really can't. I can't wait.
Thank you.
I know. Listen, I'm a pain in the ass to CT when he gets my 2:00 in the morning text talking about, hey, what are you, I'm sorry for being a pain.
Never, Johnny. Never. Never,
hey,
brother.
Can we do this? Am I allowed to bring a shark in a tank on the stage? Ridiculous stuff.
Well, look, Johnny, we got to cut out. It is 9:00. I want to thank you again. I look forward to seeing you on the 12th. Thank you so much, my friend. And again, keep promoting. We're going to start promoting more as well. All right.
Roger that.
Thank you. And hey, don't forget to send that material over. I'm very interested. Very interested.
I will.
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
right,
man. We'll see you soon, buddy.
Talk to you.
Yep. There it is again, ladies and gentlemen. November 12th, 12 to 6, the Rock for Recovery Stop the Heroin Benefit here at the Landis Theater in wonderful Vineland, New Jersey, Southern New Jersey. You can go into landistheater.com, stoptheheroin.com. You see that we're going to talk a little bit more, but we're going to go a little overtime tonight. Is our special guest here? She is. We have a special guest on. She's also, oh my God! Is that Princess Peach?
It sure is.
Princess Peach. Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to be one of the Powder Puff Girls.
Oh, all the way. Still looking for my Mario. He's around.
This is Bree. She is the lead singer of one of the bands that will also be here for the Rock for Recovery. They are. What's the name of your band again?
Black Rose Rebellion.
Black Rose Rebellion. Now you guys have played here twice?
Has it been twice? Yeah, we did. Yeah. No. The first time remember that's when I got sick and I lost my voice.
That's right.
That's right. You left us hanging.
You were here.
How
not
did we forget
performing.
that? Yeah. What a great time we had, huh? Yeah. But you did play upstairs though at Casey Ray's, correct?
Oh, a bunch of times. That's how we met. Actually, was Casey Ray's first opened, and you were having bands come in, and I played with them when I was in the cover band. I played there a bunch of times, and then I played there by myself, and yeah.
Well, in Casey's notes here, it says you're one of the first bands to perform at Casey Ray's.
Yep, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Look at it. I got all these great notes about you. That you dress up as Princess Peach on occasion. Death Wish Coffee Battle of the Bands.
My son was Mario today.
No, really?
I get Bowser.
He was, yeah, man.
That's right, because you guys were part of that No Clowns
thing
that everybody kind of got screwed up the ass. I'm just gonna say it straight out. They got fucked by. And then we tried, us and a couple other venues, we gave you guys we ended up calling it, I forget who came up with the name CT, but the No More Clowns tour was fantastic. Great name for it. And we had several of the bands here. And that's when you were supposed to be, that's when you got sick, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a shame.
You could barely understand me on the phone. I literally can't even talk.
Yeah.
Once before in my life, it was absolutely insane, and it broke my heart.
It's all good.
Literally keep me from performing.
Well, we're excited. We're excited to have you at this benefit. Again, we've talked to some of the other bands. Pretty much we've covered most of the bands tonight, and again, you guys, your family to us as well. Like Joby was earlier. Joby's coming. His band is Romeo Delight. They're playing this weekend here. They're not part of the Rock for Recovery, but again, we've met so many people. And again, CT, thank you for joining the family, dude. We just fell in love with you, buddy. I mean, you're just you have a lot of what we have in us. And Bree, we love you like family as well. Since day one, since the first time we ever met you, we sat down. Again, thank you for your service of vet as well. Absolutely, I do it again, girlfriend. You know that. Oh, there's the logo for Black Rose Rebellion. I love that logo too. Who came up with the logo?
So that was the Rosenfelds. So that's kind of where the name Black Rose came from.
Okay.
Black Rose symbolizes rebirth, which is kind of a lot of what we're all about. And their last name is Rosenfeld. So that's where the rose comes from.
Oh.
They, started this band, and they had a friend of theirs who has since passed away who designed this logo, but they also kind of sat down together and came up with that logo. And that was part of what kind of drew me to the band when I first met them. And was I have a black rose tattooed on my neck, so I was like, I'm great. The branding's there, the name's great. Like I'm already inked, so there we go. And I think it's fantastic. But yeah, it came from the Rosenfelds and their friend who was a graphic designer who came up with that logo.
And you're a wonderful performer. You're absolutely just so much fun to watch on stage. You there? Look at that picture of you, man. Look at that hair, baby.
Hell yeah,
Oh, yeah.
baby.
Upstairs. Look at that picture. That Bob took that. Isn't that Bob Watt picture?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the Medusa octopus, whatever you want to call it, photo. That one's one of my absolute favorites of all time. It just really encapsulates the energy that I give up, because it's one thing to be on stage and just really love what you're doing and just like leave it all on stage. But when you're in a place, for me, like Casey Ray's is like my stomping grounds, you know, that was home for me. So to go there and do my thing in front of my friends and family in like my house, oh my God, it was amazing. So that's the kind of
It's still your home, honey. It's still your home. Always will be. There's another great shot, man. We love you. You're such a great performer. So again, it's so much fun to watch you perform. You give so much to the crowd, and this time you're giving it to a great cause, girlfriend.
And I can't. And I just love. It feels like every event that we've done, either at Casey Ray's or the Landis, it's always an event giving back to the community, which is so much of what Black Rose is about. I mean, we're a lot about, you know, rebirth and personal liberty and being who you are, but it's about, you know, giving back and helping people to do those things, to live that rebel life, which is not chaos and anarchy. It's not towing the line and being you and not being afraid to pursue your dreams, to be who you are, to do things like overcome addiction or, you know, whatever it may be, cancers, illness, hard times in life, like all of those things. We want our music to be able to give people that kind of strength and motivation to be able to overcome it. So we do a lot of charity events, more than we do any other type of show during the year. And it's shows like this that what keep us going. And the crowd is the reason why you get that performance out of me, is the people that are sitting there, that are attending that event, that are supporting it, and that are feeding off of our music. And they give me the energy to be that hair whipping, crazy character that you see on stage who just loves to do music. That's why I love to do it. And the events like this that give us the platform to be able to do so is all is what keeps us going. It's what we do it for. So
And what a wonderful way to say it. What a wonderful way to say it. And it's one of those things for me. It's like you're giving to people who have suffered. And we all know that music is such a powerful thing. And again, I think it's why Steve and I love music so much, and we love so many genres of music.
Exactly.
And it's just, and to be able to know that there's going to be a lot of people here that day, again, like CT, you know, and Steve, who's lost people, and others that it's again, the heroin thing has never hit me personally. Other things have in life, other things that people have done, but I don't know that part of it. But I know I see it, and I see it in people that I care about, and I've seen people that it means, you know, so much too. And if I can find a way to give back, and you're helping us, you know, do our performance as well. You know, our performance again is the lights, the sound, and everything. You're giving us a chance to come together with your band, create this amazing, you know, set for people to maybe give them a chance to almost like leave, you know, that sorrow and that pain. And feel good for a little bit, you know, and know that good is coming from their loss.
Absolutely.
You know, and hopefully their loss is going to help someone else, you know, that wasn't as lucky. And music can heals. It heals, man. I'm telling you, it heals. We all know how many times you've been through a breakup or something in your life and you listen to music. My sister passed away, and man, music was such a way for me to get past that. It was a very hard thing. I mean, she was my little girl, and I loved her, you know. Even no matter what it is, you know, my mother's passing, you know, again, music was something you just put the headphones on or get in the car and you ride, you know, and it's great to know that you guys are creating music specifically for that purpose.
Absolutely.
You know, to make people feel better.
And that's the beautiful thing about music,
Can
right?
can I throw a little
Hell yeah.
Can I just throw one thing out there? Was the Black Rose's guitar player, Dave Rosenfeld, is a near and dear friend of mine. He's sponsored the Rock and Roll Union for the past 3 years, and I must say, out of the 4 events that 4 Rock and Roll Rock for Recovery events, this is Dave's third. He's played at each one, and I gotta say, I've seen him every step of the way with the various bands, but told him the night that I saw his wife kick ass at Bar 13, that Black Rose Rebellion is the best iteration of anything he's ever done. And Bray, you bring that with it.
Thank you so much. It was definitely, magic when we kind of found each other, and we just have a very mutual respect and understanding of what our goals are, and that we want to make good music that reaches people. Because to your point, Ray, like music, a song can be about one thing specifically. Like I have a reason for writing the way that I do, or writing a song, right? There's a story there. But the beautiful thing about music is that anybody with a different story or different background can take that and apply it how they need to. So whether it's a loss of a family member, it's a loss of a friend to addiction, it's a loss of a friend to suicide. I am just over a month of losing one of my military best friends who I met during deployment. And we've been friends for the last 10 years. And he was very near and dear to my heart. He became a 22-a-day statistic not long ago. He lost to his demons. I've not had a very good time coping with that, but music is one of those things that carries you through that. It is a manifestation of emotions that you don't know how to process or how to make sense of on your own, but you hear a song that does that hard work for you, so that you can sit back and just grieve and do what you got to do, and let the music get that stuff out of you for you, so that you don't have to figure it out on your own. And that's just a beautiful thing about music. I mean, all art forms, I feel like, are a manifestation of getting that kind of stuff out. But for me and for you guys, music is just a different way, a different language. It's definitely its own language. That
it is, and I think it appeals to everyone. Like I argue with people a lot about this stupid shit, but one of the things no matter what the lyrics actually mean, they mean something different to everyone.
Exactly.
Oh, I wrote that song about my dog on, Christmas or whatever, we're the greatest rock band ever. But to me, that helped me in a different, exactly. It doesn't matter what that song was truly written about. If somebody finds something in it that helps them, or finds a way to express themselves through those lyrics, even if it's not what it was meant to be, I think that's what makes music so amazing.
Absolutely.
And again, we love you. We think you're just, you're part of our family. We let you and your husband are two amazing human beings. We love having you here, and we miss you guys. We haven't seen you in a little while. So, and this is going to be a good time to come together again as a little family, and we all put on a little something to help some people out here.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's not only a reunion, but definitely a great call. And I just look forward to the community that's going to come out and support this. And every time I come and do an event, it's I meet new friends. It's always just good people coming and playing shows at
Absolutely
Ray's or at the Landis. Like I never leave there feeling like an outcast, or like I don't know anybody, or like people are just friendly. You make friends backstage, and we just have a lot to talk about. And I just always leave there, with a new friend, it seems like. And I just
Casey Ray, she's back there hiding. You should put yourself up here on the screen with us. She's back there producing.
What up, girl?
Yeah, I'm a cheerleader today. I never thought you'd see it. Huh?
You are muted.
Your mic's muted, Casey.
Said, hey, Bree, how you doing? We are like both total opposites of everything we usually are today.
I was going to say that. I don't think I've ever seen Bree in pink and blonde.
Yeah, it's a parallel universe. Casey is a cheerleader and Bree with blonde and in a pink, hot pink tutu. Yes.
I bet she always wears a crown though.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my. Yep. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, hunt. Happy Halloween. Well, thank you.
You win the race.
As a matter of fact, I did see a couple bananas, so that threw me a little off course, but otherwise.
Oh wow.
Yes.
We need Banandy.
Yeah, we have a Banandy here at home here.
Do you have that?
Yes.
His childhood one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. For
One
anyone
moment.
else who has watched this show and was lucky enough to see Banandy, our one and only gentleman, Banandy found out, that his mother had dressed him like a banana years ago. So this has followed him, unbeknownst to him. This is his destiny. The origin of Banandy is
just a young banana.
We just got to show the picture real quick.
A young,
Casey's
banana.
looking for it right now.
Oh my God.
But Bree, oh, there it is. Look at Banandy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think I just pissed my fur.
You look so happy.
He looks the
As
same.
he always does.
In my produce tin, waiting to be made into bread or something. That's what he.
Oh my God! You got to remember. Look, I'm older. We had those plastic masks and the plastic ass suits, and it came in a box. And you look through the little thing, you're like, "That's my face I'm wearing on Thursday."
My first costume, real legitimate costume, was a fucking box. I was a robot, and it was a box painted like a robot with little.
Were you Asimo 5000?
Yeah, dude, it was the like the dryer vent thing.
Oh,
where my
yes.
arms. I walked around and I was a little robot.
Somewhere there's photos of me back in the day. I have to go through those at my father's house with my sister at some point. That's great. Thank you for sharing Banani's picture. Bree, I just wanted to thank you. We are way over our time here, but I wanted to thank you again for coming on. We love you. We wanted to bring you on at least at the end to give you a chance. We know you were out trick-or-treating with the kids.
Yes, my kids right now, so this was definitely a break for me.
Perfect. Well, we love you. We thank you again, and we can't wait to see you for such an amazing event again that we're all excited about putting on here.
I love you guys so much.
Mwah. Love you, hon. Give your husband our love.
And congratulations again, CT. Thank you so much for having me on, and I'm glad tonight.
All right. Good night, sweetheart.
You.
Good night. Happy Halloween.
You too. Happy Halloween. CT.
Happy Halloween.
We want to. Casey, you had something to say to CT earlier. Did you?
Oh, I was just gonna say about the Stop the Heroin benefit. I wanted to thank you for doing it too, and I think what's really
bring yourself up.
Yeah, where you at,
no,
girlfriend?
Video.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey,
talk to the man.
So yeah, CT, I wanted to thank you too. I think what they do is really cool because it's not just like let's get money together and throw it at an organization. Like the housing concept is really cool because it's people coming out of recovery, and rather than just being put back on the street or end up living in some cheap apartment where they're probably going to end up in the same sort of situation, they actually put them in these homes. I had a cousin who dealt with heroin, and she lived with us for my entire, I think, freshman year and half my sophomore year of high school. And it was just being able to put her, she lived in like Virginia and then Pennsylvania, and she just had to go somewhere that was totally different. So we took her in. So it kind of hits home, like the home project that they're doing. They're finding a place. Applicants have to apply. They have to stay clean in order to stay there. They have to get a job. Like it's a really, really cool program.
Yeah. Like I said, my brother was set up in the wrong place, and it was only a matter of time until the dealers came finding where he was. So yeah, this really hits home for me, but yeah, I'm glad it hits home for you as well. Like this is an organization that is simply amazing in what they do.
It is. It's different. It's really cool. It's a entirely new concept. I love it. So thank you.
And we're hoping it can be but she muted me.
No, I didn't.
I'm muted. I can't hear myself.
No, I can hear you.
Can you?
You just moved your thing away.
Oh, I moved my mic. Yeah. That's the moose part of me.
Go figure. We
every
have it
once in a
attached to
while,
our face.
The moose
now.
thing separates me.
Still have the same problem.
But like Casey was saying, that's it is. It's nice to know that we can give back, and I hope it's something that can be like a yearly event here, and we can kind of build on this and maybe even add this charity to some other things that we do, with Casey Rays and the Landis as well. So anything
I
else?
just got to say a big thank you to you and Casey as far as providing a place for this. And as well as I do, Vineland is kind of in need of this as well. So it's a good environment for it to be in as well. It's just amazing. Like some of the neighborhoods that you would not expect this problem to be in, it's prevalent. So thank you to you and Casey as well.
Well, and it's nice to know now that you have all this money that you can afford a grand piano and stuff that you can give a lot of money out to the charity this year. This is amazing. We're excited. You ought to just sell the piano, man, and throw that money right at this benefit. I'm telling you.
I think I might do that.
CT, I don't know if you mentioned it, but I didn't want to forget it. Just before we wrap up, it is the last week to submit your photos to honor your loved ones for the event.
Yes. I'm glad you reminded me of that. If you would, we're doing a kind of a grand finale. I don't want to give too much away, but we are looking to do a special presentation at the end of what we're doing, just to honor anyone who has lost a loved one or a friend or a family member or whoever it might be. Through a special presentation at the end of the show. This is the last week to get those photos in. You can reach me at Rock and Roll Union at Hotmail. You can reach Landis as well. I'm sure they'll forward it to me. It's not that big of a deal. And this is the last week to do that. Also, I'm collecting items. We're doing a big Rock and Roll Union raffle basket giveaway, all full of merch and stuff. We have a lot of stuff already prepared for that. If you'd like to be part of that as well, once again, hit me up at rockandrollunion@hotmail.com and we'll add you into it. So that's about it. Thank you, Casey, for reminding me of that.
Real quick before we end, I'd like to say, so it's Bill and Tammy were the ones that started the charity, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
they had a little thing here. I'm going to read this, just a little quote from them as we close out here. Again, you can call 609-892-4582 to donate paper goods or food to the residents of these little shelters that they have around. You can also go to stoptheheroin.org /donate. 100% of the funds come from community donations, and you can help that way as well. If you can't make the event, that's another way to do it. This is a quote from Bill and Tammy. It says, as a means of therapy and healing for ourselves, our continuing efforts focus on providing successful graduates of rehabilitation programs financial assistance to gain entry into a recovery home. Our ongoing goal is to provide the means for survival and recovery for individuals who desperately want to escape the misery of addiction. We invite you to support our mission to help our families avoid the tragedy that fell upon our family. That's a beautiful quote. And I'm glad we can do this for them and all the other people that have lost people to this terrible addiction. Thank you again, CT.
Absolutely. It's going to be a blast, man. I can't wait.
We'll see you back home here in the house next week, right?
Yes, sir. For the Ladies That Rock, man, you guys got a hell of a
man.
double header on Ladies That Rock next weekend before the benefit. But so I'm excited for that.
Exactly. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a really great weekend. We have who do we have? Janis Joplin,
and Gold Dust.
Gold Dust Woman. Oh man, if you haven't seen this, dude, this girl's amazing, bro. She's just like literally amazing. And it's our first time with this Janis Joplin tribute. We had another Janis Joplin tribute, and that band had broken up, and then this lady came in, and I'm a big Janis fan. I got her tattooed on my back. I got her on my wall. I love Janis Joplin, so I'm excited about that show, and I'm excited to meet your mother. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, man, we'll be in the house.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that, and we're happy to have you back on your seat over here, my brother.
Yeah, sir. Looking forward to it.
You got to replace this damn pumpkin.
Yes, I don't know. That pumpkin's a lot prettier than he is.
His hand's been in my face all night long.
All right, guys. Well, look, CT, have a great night, brother. Wait, Casey's got one more thing. What is it?
One more thing before we sign off. Don't forget to eat at Casey Ray's Sports Bar and Pub right next door. We're open before the shows. We recommend getting there a little bit early. Tend to get a little packed before them, so give yourself plenty of time. We have Quizzo Trivia Tuesdays, Oldies Night on Thursdays, and then next week we start 10% off Tuesday for City Vineland workers.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And then during the week, Monday through Friday, excluding Wednesdays, if you call in, you get 5% off on your order if you call in and pick up. That's 856-839-0925.
Casey Ray's in the house. All right, guys. Thanks again. Absolute Vodka, everyone else. The Absolute Vodka live at the Landis. Steve, you got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, baby.
We're good to go.
All right. Thank you again.
Happy Halloween, guys.
And CT
Happy Halloween
and,
from
and,
the machine.
And everyone that was on. Looking forward to meeting all these wonderful people in person. Bree, again, we love you so much. Thank you for taking that time at the end of the show to come on and plug this amazing event. Again, we hope to see you guys on the 12th. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about this next week. But we really wanted to dedicate one show, and I think this was the perfect night for it. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, November 12th, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., Rock for Recovery, Stop the Heroin Benefit here at thelandistheater.com. You can go to www.stoptheheroin.org or www.thelandistheater.com. The lineup's right there on your screen. We got some amazing bands. Again, the Rosenfeld Dental Association is sponsoring it, as well as Rock and Roll Union. Casey Rays and us here at the Landis are all behind this, and we hope to meet you guys and see you all there on the 12th. Thank you again.